insert drink, and hit play. Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to BlueRayDismay. Today we are doing our review on Nightmare on Elm Street.
A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm sorry, A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. The original, directed by Wes Craven, and I have my two counterparts with me.
The Right Honorable Javier Ian Marcellus Ignatius II, Esquire.
And Bruno Diaz, a.k.a. Johnny C., a.k.a. Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, Javier. All right. For those of you following along, I will be hitting play here in 3, 2, 1.
Now I'll be making a drink.
Yes, make that drink. So it's funny, when I started playing this, it shows it like in a box. Like
Yeah, I guess that's just the way it starts.
Right.
And when I was streaming it, I was like, what the hell? I was like, am I going to see the whole movie like this? Because I didn't know if it was like an aspect ratio issue.
Yeah.
But dude, back in 84, like imagine how small this thing would have been, like on the tube TVs.
Well, no, it
It would have been on the theater.
decently sized in a movie theater.
Yeah.
No. But like when
If you watched it on video.
Yeah, if you watch it on video, like this on my huge 75-inch right now, like this looks small to me. But
Right.
imagine like a 20-inch TV.
Yeah.
It would be like a thumbnail.
I guess it's supposed to.
Pretty much. It's just a little.
It makes it more ambiguous too, to like, because you don't. It's an
You can't
introduction
see-
to the movie, and it's really small, and all you see is like this weird spike hand.
It is
like
pretty
in a
cool.
little thing. So it's like, what the hell's going on?
Dude, I love the music, the intro music.
Yeah. Unlike Jason's machete, Freddy starts off with the glove.
Yeah, iconic.
This is like the creepiest intro. The
And-
girl's just running aimlessly through this like little
Tina.
like
And-
underground.
And Halloween, where he already has the mask.
Right.
Oh, that's really creepy too,
And
right?
the
So they
jumpsuit.
already established like, hey, these are our,
The characters
Or
have
weapons.
their setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason kind of establishes himself over time.
Yeah.
introducing Johnny Depp. That's on the credits. So, funny thing is, I think
That's
this is
who?
actually Johnny Depp's first movie. That's one of the boyfriends.
No, who's the girl?
Oh, this girl?
Tina. Played by what? Amanda Weiss or Ronnie Blakely? One of those two.
And now the credits are identifying
Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger.
Robert Englund
Yes,
as
Fred.
Freddy.
Fred Krueger.
Is it Fred?
Yeah. No
Oh.
no DY on the end.
Now, but they coin him. They give him that name throughout the movie. Freddy, right?
Yeah.
So
Right, but
that
he's-
guy, Robert, he's
Robert
been like, Robert Englund. He's been like, not just this Freddy. He's been like Freddy in like Freddy 2, Freddy 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
he played him for a long,
And they
long time.
I think they even brought him in for Freddy vs. Jason.
I think they did it. I think he might have been for the remake also.
Dude, he was also in like the video game, like voice credits.
Oh,
Or
nice.
he did numerous things. Like
He
it wasn't
can't-
just
He's not
this
doing
one.
anything else.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, you could say it was like pigeonholed or typecast, but yeah, that was like, that's his thing.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah.
I mean, I think they used him up until 2010 even.
Right.
Yeah.
If
Did he
there's a
ever
steady
stop?
paycheck involved,
Yeah.
I'll believe whatever you want.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't even know if there was like a game, but I know that he
Why
was
would you
like
stop
it was
being
like
Freddy?
video. It was like he did have credits to like some Freddy video or
He
something.
was
like
in Mortal Kombat.
Wasn't it someone else in the 2010 remake though? Wasn't it Jackie Earl Haley or something?
I think
it
I think
was.
they
Yeah,
used
yeah,
him
yeah.
up until that. Up until
yeah,
then, yeah. Okay,
Because
so
he was off of Watchmen, so that's why they're like using him.
But the neat thing is they don't really establish this as a dream until later on.
Yeah. And
So
and
it
it's seen
starts
right
off-
there. She's kind of like running slowly, like in a dream.
Right. But it's like a cold open. And it just starts off, it looks like just like a typical killing. But then it turns out, oh yeah. Wait a second.
You're just kind of following this person in this
Right. And
boiler room.
we finally, yep. And
She
then
scared herself to sleep.
the classic-
I mean, awake.
classic bolt upright, waking up. Yeah, some guy. Also, we're finally done with first evidence of a manifestation in the real world. This movie just like starts off with everything right off the bat.
Yeah.
They kind of lay it out there and just roll with it, as opposed to the other ones where it just kind of has to slowly build up.
Yeah, other movies like bring in other things. This one's like
This is
all in.
got everything like laid out from the beginning. Oh, it's funny to see the classic like bolt upright nightmare. Does anyone actually do that? Just wake up from a nightmare and sit up straight?
no.
Maybe. I might have done it once.
I kind of just lay there in a pool of my own sweat going, yeah.
Yes. Like, thank God I woke up. That's not real life.
I've definitely been jolted awake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do the leg kicking.
Okay, so back to some of the actors in this film. So we covered Fred Krueger,
right.
played by Robert Englund.
All right.
Johnny Depp. This is his breakout movie, I believe. This is
Right.
his first movie. If you go on his little
Introducing.
portfolio, yeah, it introduces him. And now he just pulled up in this cherry red car to their school. Young Johnny Depp.
Yeah. He's
With what's the main girl's name?
what, Nancy?
Nancy. Yeah.
Heather Langenkamp.
Dude, this who's this like leather jacket kid?
That's Tina's boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Apparently her boyfriend.
He reminds me of the Fonz.
Wannabe Fonz.
Wannabe Fonz. So, okay, Johnny Depp, Robert Englund.
But yeah, talking about how they're both having creepy dreams.
We got the main character girl, Nancy, who's played by Heather Langenkamp.
Langenkamp,
Yeah,
something like that.
She's been in other items. She's been in a Hellraiser short
Oh,
video.
cool.
She was also in Star Trek Into the Darkness. I don't know which character she was, but so she's been in some stuff.
Wow. So she's been in a terrible movie. Okay.
So she's been in a great movie.
She was in New Nightmare.
Oh, she was in there too?
Reprising her role. I think she comes back a couple times throughout the series.
Yeah, she's in number 3, I think.
Yeah.
As well.
And then her old man, the dad cop dude,
John Saxon.
John Saxon. I swear, when I was watching this
Saxon.
I've
movie,
seen him a bunch before.
dude, I saw.
Isn't he always cop dad?
No. Well, he is, I guess, in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors,
Oh yeah.
and again in Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
But even before those, I was trying to put my finger on it, and I'm like, where did I see this guy from? Because I recognized him, dude. Enter the Dragon. He was like one of the dudes, the karate fighters.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was hilarious.
Good get.
Yeah. So that was
Nice.
cool. So that's where I recognized John Saxon from. Johnny Depp, I don't even have to rattle off. I mean, everyone knows who he is. You know, mention what movies he's been in.
Boring.
On Jump Street.
And I like how this kid's like staying over at girl's house, sleeping over,
Right.
trying to trick his parents.
He's
at
pretty much trying to do what Ferris Bueller did.
Yeah, at their
Oh, yeah. When did that come out? I'm wondering.
Airport.
Yeah. Well, this is 84. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What is that? 85? No, wait a second. Let's see. Let's just find out. I'm going to cheat and
So
research
Johnny
this.
Depp here, he's the kid. He's with 2 girls. He's telling his mom to buzz off, I guess, or whoever he was talking to on the phone.
He's saying he's sleeping over at his cousin's house or something.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off was 86. So
Oh,
by
86.
that time,
Okay.
2 years of practice, teenager finally mastered the technology of the sound effect tape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now they're discussing their nightmares here.
Burnt
So
Freddy
this
Krueger.
this movie is written and directed by Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't find a lot of movies written and directed by the same guy. Usually it's directed by someone that was hired or contracted. The story
Well,
came from somewhere else.
Going back to our classic, Halloween, John Carpenter.
Yeah. He
John
did it.
Carpenter was a...
Wrote and directed.
John Carpenter likes to write and direct a lot of his own things.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Wes Craven too.
I have Halloween... that's right. John Carpenter was the writer for Halloween in addition to Deborah Hill, who...
Right.
Oh yeah.
She kind of... I think everyone just forgets about her because everyone remembers John Carpenter.
Right. Wasn't she married to him at some point?
Oh, really? That might be the case then. I mean, so yeah. So if we're talking about Halloween, yeah, written and directed by the same guy, and then also in this movie, written and directed by Wes Craven.
Right. And then, well, that's the thing. Usually written and directed by movies tend to be like B-movie classics or something. You get like Ed Wood films.
Yeah.
Or, what's his name? Tommy Wiseau or something. Or just bad.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Because, they're professional screenwriters and professional directors for a reason. Some guys are good at writing things down. Some guys are good at putting those things on film.
So,
Go ahead, yeah.
oh yeah, no, I was gonna say, speaking about directors, kind of some funny trivia surrounding, this movie and also some of the other more iconic horror movies in the genre. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Sam Raimi. He made The Evil Dead in 1981.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man. He directed all of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he kind of just...
Yeah, jump genres really easily.
It did jump from like one extreme to the next. So it went from fantasy from Evil Dead, I guess, horror to fantasy
Right.
Spider-Man.
This guy's tackled down.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Fonz just came in and tackled down this Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So back to the
So-called boyfriend.
trivia thing. Let's see here. I took some notes down.
Trivial Pursuit. Hunted down. It's a Trivial
But
Pursuit
yeah,
genre.
they're all helping their friend to sleep over here because their parents are out of town.
Right.
So they're keeping her company.
So it's like so far it's just like a typical teen movie scenario, right?
Yeah.
So get this.
But he pulls a knife on him. This
I know
crazy
the
guy.
Fonz pulls a knife on Johnny Depp.
He's got a leather jacket.
Dude,
Yeah.
why would you pull a knife on Johnny Depp?
If you have a leather jacket, you got to pull a knife on somebody.
Maybe for the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Who knows?
Okay, guys, back to my trivia. So
Well, all right.
in
Trivialize us.
The Hills Have Eyes, made in 1977 by Wes Craven.
Oh, really?
One of the scenes in The Hills Have Eyes, the old school Wes Craven one, there is a half-ripped poster of Jaws.
Oh, cool.
Right. So Sam Raimi, who was also doing his own thing at that time, he saw that and he interpreted that as like, hey, are you stating that Jaws is only half as scary as The Hills Have Eyes? Like, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
As a joke, in 1981, Sam Raimi decided to also throw some shade back by having or placing a half-ripped poster of The Hills Have Eyes in the Evil Dead movie.
Nice.
As like a little jab to Wes Craven.
Right.
Now get this, the story continues. Wes Craven found out and he goes, okay, Sammy, I see what you're doing. So
a
then
whole ripped poster.
so then get this. So then in this movie, 1984 now, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven, there's a scene here, and by the way, everyone, we assume that you've seen this movie like 9,000 times.
Yeah, spoilers
Spoiler alert.
ahead.
just-
We're going to be jumping throughout.
everybody.
all
Spoiler
times
alerts.
in the movie.
Right.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah, turn it off if you haven't seen it. So
Yeah.
in this movie, there is a scene where Nancy's trying to keep herself awake, taking, pills, Adderall, whatever the hell she's taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the movies in the background is she's playing The Evil Dead.
Oh, nice.
So Wes Craven is like, yeah, your movie's so boring that this girl can't even stay awake to watch it, right? So that was
awesome. That's pretty funny. That's cool though.
That was kind of funny. And then
Yeah.
the final response in 1987 with the release of Evil Dead Part 2.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi says, okay, buddy, when Ash goes into his little shed, his little workshop or whatever to go get something to defend himself from the corpses or whatever.
Yeah.
There are two scenes where you see a perfect like replica, or it might even be like a prop from this movie, but it's Freddy's glove hanging above the door. Like literally
It is the
the
actual
glove.
glove,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Oh,
glove
really?
with the 5 little, the actual
hooks,
glove.
the
Yeah.
blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was so funny that these directors are just kind of like toying with these great
Yeah.
movies. They're just
just
throwing
Throwing
little,
it back and forth.
Yeah,
We're having a little fun. Just
That's
going
great,
back
though.
and forth.
isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
So that's a little trivia for this film.
All right. So anyway, in case we missed it,
But yeah, huge part right there.
Tina and Ryder had sex, and so we're back to enforcing movie morality because Johnny Depp said something along the lines of morality sucks,
Yeah.
and Tina's about to get it big time because she just had sex with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Wait, Johnny Depp just
He said morality sucks because he had to listen to them while they were doing it
Yeah.
in the next room because he was
Well,
trying to
in Friday the 13th, they
this is
they
the
say
scene.
it's because they're doing it while not watching the kid, so that's why he drowned. So that's why
right.
she goes after them while they're doing it, because like that's her revenge.
That's like her thing.
Not
That's
just
like-
like teens doing it. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason for that.
Right.
For Friday the 13th.
But it seems like
But in these other movies,
every time someone has sex, they're gonna die.
yeah.
Speaking of crazy ass movies, Sam Raimi was the producer for this movie called The Possession. I think it came out in 2012 or 2010.
Yeah.
About two girls, two sisters. One of them finds a box and it's got like, death or the devil or something possesses her.
Right.
Dude, it is a freaky flick. Highly recommend it.
Just throw a rock through a window.
Yeah.
And especially if you have surround sound, it's got.
Pretty precise through. All right, but yeah, so the possession.
He's whispering
It's
at her.
not as opposed to the position of Hannah Grace, or is that a different thing?
No, not Possession, Hannah Grace. No, just
Same
literally
universe?
Different position.
2-word title, The Possession.
Is this
Came
the-
out in 2012.
Is this the Conjuring cinematic universe?
Oh, this thing right now? This scene?
No,
No.
we're all
the,
talking
the
about.
movies you're talking about.
Oh, no.
Well, we have to get
Nothing
into
to
that
do.
at some point.
I'm just joking.
So, but yeah,
But look at this crazy stuff.
this is a cool scene. Yeah, this is a cool scene. Where
So apparently they did that by stretching spandex across the wall and having the actor push his way through.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, it looked
freaky.
awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks cool now. I can't imagine
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do with practical effects. Sometimes.
Right.
If it looked good, it looked good.
So she's following the nursery rhyme. She's grabbing the crucifix.
Oh, so guys, I'm just gonna keep plugging Sam Raimi because I love some of those stuff. He was a producer for the 2015
Sounds dirty.
Poltergeist. I know.
What does he have to do with this movie?
Yeah, 2015 Poltergeist.
So this was the trivia. He was
Pointless
going
remix.
back and forth here.
Mhm.
Wes Craven is
Little
like battling him.
dialogue.
Just the back and forth
Dialogue
between them.
between
Yeah.
Sam Raimi. And
He wasn't
Wes Craven.
involved in this movie.
You know,
He
the
was
funny thing
actually.
is, if you go to the credits,
Yeah.
you will see that he is credited as like a special. It's either special producer or
thanks?
special
Oh.
thanks.
Yeah, special
something.
thanks. Yeah,
You
But
know who
how-
else gets special thanks?
Who's
What?
that?
You know who else gets special thanks along with
Who?
Sam Raimi?
Who?
Wes Craven.
Sean Cunningham.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
For
So-
And that's the director of Friday the 13th.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So we'll check it out when we get around to it. When we roll onto the credits, we'll take a look. But it's in there. I'm pretty sure.
So there's the definite Freddy Jason connection already going on.
right.
Right, it was
Uh,
only inevitable that they made Freddy
yeah,
vs.
yeah.
Jason.
Right. Like 15
Down
There's
the
only
line.
Michael Myers just kind of in his own thing.
That's so funny. So yeah, that's why I keep just naming this one guy. I like his
Yeah.
films, and it was hilarious that he was going back and forth with Wes Craven.
Right.
And like you guys said, like Javier said, he's in the goddamn credits. When I saw his name, I was watching this movie, and when the credits were rolling, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Did he have something to do with the making of it? So I had to look into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the directors just have a nice little like friendly shouting match with each other going on, or shout outs to each other. Anyway,
Nice.
so we're back in Tina's dreamscape. Tina, we're back in the dreamscape here.
Dude, Freddy looks disgusting right now.
Yeah.
His arms.
Super long
You know what
arms.
his super long arms remind me of? The 1990s Return of the Living Dead. I think one of them has like a super long neck in one of the
Yeah.
scenes.
Oh, yeah.
One of the zombies.
This is God. You know what?
Crazy, dude.
I already like Freddy. You know why I like Freddy? Because unlike any of the other killers we've gotten to date, he actually talks. Everyone
Yeah.
else
Yeah,
is
he
silent.
he taunts their victim.
He's very
Yeah.
menacing.
Yeah, and it eventually turns into like in the later movies, it's like a really black humor. But for right now, he actually just has lines of dialogue, which is a refreshing change. Tina.
I mean, yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks
He's freaky dude.
Yeah.
Freaky deaky. Oh, he just chopped off his own fingers with green blood now coming out of his
He
fingers.
loves it.
Yeah,
Dude, nasty.
You see your face? Ugh.
Nasty.
So he's really like a different kind of serial killer. He's got
Yeah.
like a sense of humor, and
And like the whole like the horror aspect of it is like, or the dream aspect of it is really to do
It's funny.
easy to do horror because like anything can happen at any point.
Right.
So it's like just be imaginative as you can.
yeah, which is actually a lot of fun. You see him; she pulled off his face. And
Yeah, and he's just laughing.
yeah,
Dude, now this girl is like in the real world. She's acting
Experiencing
out her dream
trauma.
where she's
Yeah.
getting ripped open,
Ooh.
sliced open.
slices
Damn.
appear. Oh, it's funny. You know how they did this?
Didn't they just like turn a camera upside down or something?
No, not quite. They'd actually
They
built
tied everything
an
down.
entire revolving set.
Yeah.
You remember Inception? It was kind of a similar.
Yeah, Inception.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Similar thing. They actually bolted the camera to the set and moved the set around.
Yeah.
And she's just moving around
Yeah.
normally with
And
gravity.
then he's just hanging out.
but he's actually strapped to the wall so he won't fall off.
What
Yeah.
so he's upside down or what?
Yeah, he's upside down.
While the set's rotating around him. Yeah.
What?
how yeah. It got really intense. Like
Yeah.
for the
Also, like how they do later for Johnny Depp.
Dude, this girl is completely dead.
yeah.
And he's like yelling, "Who did this? Who did this?" But when the other kids run in, they're like, "This guy just assassinated this poor girl."
yeah.
Like after fun time.
And to be fair, it's like this is like one of the few movies where the cops are actually you can't really depend on the cops because they're not equipped to deal with like dream monsters. Like a lot of other movies, you got to ride around the cops either not being there, or you got to be at an out of the way location, or someone's like telling the cops not to investigate or something. In this one, they're fully involved, but they're just not powerful. They can't really do anything because it's
Yeah.
completely out of their jurisdiction. You know?
It's out of their element.
Yeah.
Funny.
So that's the other thing. I think that the dream conceit actually makes it more believable, actually, because you can have things happening without like, oh, why don't the cops just arrest this guy? It's because this guy doesn't exist except in
Yeah.
your head.
It doesn't exist, and he's dead already. The
man.
people killed him.
Really creepy is was it Wes Craven?
Yeah, the director Wes Craven.
When how he came up with this movie is based on a real thing that happened.
Isn't it
that
like
he read
a
about.
refugees? There were some refugees.
No, it's just a story of a kid who he read about a newspaper or something like
Didn't
that.
the kid died in his sleep or something?
Yeah, he was like, he kept telling his parents that something's coming to get me, and while I'm sleeping, this is real life. This is just true story.
Yeah.
He read this in a newspaper, which inspired Freddy Krueger. Like,
and then the kid actually died,
and he
right?
died in his sleep.
Like a heart attack
and
in
he
his
was
sleep or
doing the
something.
same thing where he was just like, and they found him with cups of coffee in his room, just trying to stay awake, trying not to sleep because he knew that something's coming to get him. And then it actually did and killed him.
Dude,
that's a real thing that happened in real life.
Sleep killed me, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Can't
So like
suddenly-
he scared himself to sleep or scared himself to death, you know.
Yeah.
In his sleep,
But
no
in his
less.
sleep, yeah. But he was saying that something was coming to get him, like.
Oh.
But like, yeah, and then that's why he's like that's creepy as fuck. So he totally makes something out of that. So he's like based off of a real thing almost. It's just kind of crazy.
Now they're in the police station, and props to Heather Langenkamp. She's actually doing like a decent performance here.
Who?
The actress here,
Nancy.
No, Nancy.
Yeah, she does good. She's a little badass. She turns into this little badass.
Yeah,
man.
she's ready to go the whole time.
Dude, I'd be like, okay, Freddy, just kill me, please. Put me out of my misery, man. Just
Trying to help her stay awake.
She's been traumatized. And
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
But yeah, she like totally knocks it out of the park with this one. So
Okay.
like, only like 19 or 20 when this is filmed, so I mean that's pretty impressive.
the mom's still.
It's constantly drinking.
Yeah, she's now, yeah.
Dude, the mom is a
Cheers.
wasted.
Yeah,
cheers.
cheers to the mom in this
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Serious. She is like a complete alcoholic.
yeah.
It's
I mean, that's how
funny.
you deal with it.
You notice they also here had Nancy is like kind of like Laurie Strode. She's like got the frumpy like good girl look. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this movies like just seem to enforce this morality, and then she's just trying to convince her mom to let her go to school, and then I'll sleep in study hall. Yep,
Is this supposed to be like the next day or is it a couple days?
it's a day later. Yeah,
Hmm.
and she like immediately wants to go back to school.
Yeah.
taking refuge in a routine, I would suppose, if anything.
Which is, you usually take a day off if your friend dies.
Right. But they even mimic the sequence where she's like walking down the street on the way to school. And oh yeah, someone's following her.
Got James Bond following her.
Yeah.
The cops are following.
Guy in a blue suit.
Oh, this is the setup, right? Is this where her dad like
This
tails
is where-
her
Yeah, this is where Nick like pops out of the
out of the bushes and like, I didn't kill her, I didn't kill her.
yeah.
He's still got blood on his hands.
Yeah.
Not a good sell, man, right? So
Dude.
you got leather jacket, threatening pink sweater here.
Right, Mr. Fonz, wannabe Fonz.
And then and like she gets right to the point. She immediately asks him, "Did you do it?" And then yeah, she's just
Fruitcake.
Oh,
Come a fruitcake.
ooh, damn. All right, that is a Colt Python
Yeah.
357 Magnum
Dude, he would have.
with he's got his finger on the trigger and the hammer.
I almost just shot his daughter.
He damn near shot his daughter.
Dude, that round would have gone through him like and ricocheted possibly into like
Yeah, it would have
the daughter, man. At 357, it'll put a hole in you.
Yeah, and then
I'm
So
cool.
you-
I'm cool.
so
You're done.
Done.
Yeah, there's no way anybody's gonna believe you.
Yeah, seriously.
You're like, there's no way in hell.
And she's pissed at her dad.
And then he really doesn't listen to her very well.
Yeah,
Throughout the whole
doesn't.
movie.
That seems to be like a recurring thing. Like no one really listens to Nancy.
Yeah.
And they should know.
Except for the mom later.
Kind of later. And again,
She's too drunk.
oh, here we got this.
And
lecture.
then this lady, she's been in a bunch of stuff.
What's funny about this lecture is that every single time that someone's in class in a horror movie, it somehow vaguely ties back to the theme of whatever's happening.
What's
has
his teacher lecturing
yeah.
about?
Yeah. She's lecturing about Hamlet, and then she's talking about dreams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also what Nancy's doing. Gravediggers. So she's talking about just getting information.
Yeah, I thought Johnny Depp's or his character, what's his name? Gary or something?
Yeah. So the reading from Julius Caesar.
I thought he was supposed to be in class with her, but he's not.
Most
Or
high.
a different class.
All
The
right.
most high.
What's this kid reading?
Excerpt from Julius Caesar.
Nancy
And the important quote comes
Thompson.
up. disasters, right? But
And I love how they.
I would be king of the world except for I suffer from bad dreams or something.
Oh, really? Is that what he says?
Yeah.
No way. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Now she's dreaming in class.
Damn, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
dude, they
Her
got some
dead
really
friend is in
good
a body
creepy
bag.
scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he starts saying some crazy shit. I can't really hear right now.
Yeah. But if we got to listen, that means we got to shut up. Then that's not what you guys paid for when you came to listen to our podcast.
No dead space.
Yeah.
Um,
No dead air.
No dead air. Okay, so she's about to go follow her dead friend who's in this
Right.
body bag down the hallway.
That's one thing I do like the way this movie handles the dream to reality transitions. It's so sudden and so natural. It's like you can't really tell it's in a dream till like you're halfway in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's like everything looks normal, and suddenly in a dream. And it really captures like the dreamlike quality.
And also for horror, since it's like a universal thing, like everybody sleeps, so it's like anybody can relate to this movie at all, like
Right.
in any way.
Yeah, it's the thing where it's like one of those like basic human functions. So.
Yeah, and like the way and the movie, how it drifts in, where you don't really know if it's
Right.
real or not. Like that's a
Spot on.
regular human thing. So
Right.
it's like
You notice the
yeah,
hall pass here.
hall guard.
Hall pass.
She's like, screw your past.
She's got the red and green sweater though.
Yeah,
Freaking
she's got the
hilarious.
Freddy colors.
Also, it's the first indication you get of like Nancy's
Whoa.
temper.
Dude, freaky. Now the hall
She's
monitor.
like, oh, just keep going.
Yeah.
And there's like
yeah,
leaves and
I
stuff
would
in the hall. That's
run
kind of
my
weird.
ass out of that school
There's
so
a
fast.
Blood trail and like leaves everywhere. Suddenly you realize you're in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a minute to.
No students allowed.
sink
So
in.
funny.
Well, she closed her eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, she's walking down the little stairway now.
Yeah.
Is she just? I guess she's trying to find her dead friend. I have no idea why.
She's following the blood trail.
It's dream
Dude.
logic, you know. Right.
Ugh.
It's-
I would
Yeah,
be
or if
freaked
there's
out.
anything in your dream, you just go forward.
Yeah, you tend to find out
Yeah.
or want to find out, or even if you don't want to, you just kind of. That's the neat thing about dreams; they just kind of inexorably progress.
Yeah, like there's always something.
Dude, you know what
there
would
just pull you
suck?
forward to the
Yeah.
next part,
Like, if you die in your dream,
and it somehow relates, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
you know it would suck if you die in your dream, and like that dream that you're in is the last thing you know before you die, and you think that's your life. Unless you're like, that would suck, right? Like,
yeah, you're in heaven. Like, what was I doing?
shit.
Dreaming about Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
dude.
it looks like a lizard.
Cowboy Bebop. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, so now she followed Tina
Down to the boiler
down to
room.
this boiler room.
Yeah. Which apparently was filmed in
I think it was in a real boiler room.
Yeah, it's a real boiler room, but it wasn't a school. It was like a jail.
Right, it's not like a
Oh, creepy.
And then here, Freddy Krueger.
oh, with all the worms coming out of
And
his
he's like,
chest.
check out my guts.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's the thing that really I think sets him apart from the other guys is that he's just so funny. He just like has a really sick sense of humor.
Yeah, and it's
And he's
spoilers for earlier. Like he's a like child killer, so
Yeah.
he's like used to like torturing people.
he enjoys his work.
So he's
yeah.
playing, yeah.
All right, guys. So
But
he's
apparently-
chasing her now.
Apparently, this was filmed in an actual boiler room in a building that was later condemned because of too much asbestos.
Oh, really?
So yeah, real life danger right there.
I hope she's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's got the glove. It's neat how the glove is all. You can see how it's all worn and kind of torn up, like burned, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. They burned him alive, I thought.
Yeah. And also his face is kind of
It's all like, it's all burnt.
yeah.
She's
and
just
she
in the corner.
realizes now at this
Right.
point.
But she's also very resourceful right here. Ew. She doesn't
Nice.
He like flashes his tongue at her. So she wakes herself
And then
up.
she burns
Right.
herself awake.
Yeah. And she's like having a seizure in class.
Yeah, that'd be freaky, man.
And then the teacher's like out of her depth here, obviously.
Yeah, freaking out.
The kids are like, oh, God.
Yeah. Why is Tina Fey on the background there?
Good acting.
Who?
Yeah.
Tina Fey? She's in the background.
Tina Fey from the second Muppets movie?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
Funny. All right, guys. So she just got ejected she just walked herself out of class.
Yeah.
And here's the transition.
Ironically, she didn't need a hall pass.
Right?
Even the teacher said she might.
Kind of funny. Okay, guys, it's revenue time. Where's that bell? Ding, ding, ding.
That's the fan service bill. I need a cash register bill.
All right, cash register. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Okay, guys. So this 1984 film
More
had,
high budget, I would assume, than
yes,
the other
definitely.
ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I was actually going to point that out. You're exactly right,
Yeah.
Johnny Walker. This budget was at 1.8 million.
Oh my
Now,
God.
Yeah, it's now back then. Let's compare it to Friday the 13th. Their budget had 700,000 on their first film, and compared to Halloween, their budget was only 320,000.
Oh wow.
So this one was, I mean, like this was like a mega thing.
Yeah.
Probably because Wes Craven already had Connects and he already made Jaws and blah blah blah, whatever, right?
Also,
The genre's
it's
already
also
established.
considered more like a sure bet because at this point there already been like 3.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, no, not
There
sorry,
been-
not Jaws. Wes Craven had The Hills Have Eyes. Sorry, my
Right.
fault.
But there have been 3 Halloween films and 4.
Oh,
Friday the
at this
13th.
point.
Yeah.
At this point, right.
Ready to go, knew something.
Okay, so
Yeah.
budget of 1.8 million, domestic gross of 25 million. So even though it had a much larger budget, I mean, tremendously larger than its, I guess, counterparts in this genre, the revenues were only 25 domestic, and it came in actually in the lowest third when compared to Friday the 13th and Halloween.
Right.
So that's kind of funny. More
Yeah.
money thrown at it. I even liked it more than the other ones, but it
Right.
just didn't do too well
Yeah.
domestic box office wise. Now that's 25 million in 1984 dollars. Adjusted for today's dollars would be closer to like 65 million, but still not nearly as good
Not
as
not
its counterparts
as
in the
big,
genre. Yeah.
But still good enough to spawn several sequels.
Yeah.
Now check this out. For the part 2 one, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 or 2, Freddy's Revenge, released in 1985. They upped the budget to 3 million. So they almost doubled their budget.
They're like, we can do this.
And instead of making 25 million like they did on the first one, they just made 30.
Oh
So
no.
it's like
Yeah.
it didn't go
Cult
too far.
classics.
But it's still making a decent rate.
It's
of
still
return.
making a humongous rate of return compared to
Yeah.
its counterparts. Maybe not so, but it's still making
It's still a
big
safe
money.
investment.
Yeah, it's still. You can
Yeah.
bet your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
So
Back then, I didn't like this one as much. But after watching them all over again, like this one it has a lot more
I guess
going on. And
where it takes an uptick, we're still on the revenues, guys. Where it takes an uptick, or at least I am. Where it takes an uptick is Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors, released in 1987.
I love that one.
They had a budget of 4 million, and
Alright.
they pulled in 44 million domestically.
Nice.
Oh,
So
good.
that's where that's where they're like, okay, now it's
So,
money time.
Making decent money here.
Right.
10 times their budget.
And for Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, released in 1988, they had a budget of about 7 million. I saw numbers in between 7 and 13 million. Domestic gross of 49 million. Now, at that point, that was the same year that they also released The Return of Michael Myers,
Right.
Halloween 4.
Mm.
So it was kind of fun, they're like competing for market share at
return.
that point.
Right.
And everybody's trying to see like a slasher flick at this point, you know what I mean, in the 80s.
Apparently, yeah. It's define the 80s somehow.
Where it takes a bit of a downward turn. I think people just got kind of, I don't know, not tired of it, but they were just like, okay, we get it. Nightmare on Elm
Tired.
Street
Freddy's
5.
submarine hand here.
Oh, yeah, his little submarine claw comes out of the bathtub.
Yeah, right between her legs.
I know, dude, that's
Nothing-
creepy.
Yeah, nothing sexual about that at all. Not at all. Sarcasm meter on.
Dude, speaking of sexual, wait, is it?
The numbers?
Okay, all right. I'll get back
No,
to the
I
sexual
meant-
part. The numbers. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Sexual with the numbers.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child, released in 1989.
Right.
Budget of 8 million. So they're continuously throwing money at the series now. I mean, they're just
Well, it continually makes money for them.
right.
They love it.
Now get this though. Before this 5 Dream Child version, the number 4 made 49 million. Number 5 came in at 22 million, less than half domestic.
Right.
I wonder why.
So, I mean,
Everyone got tired of it.
yeah, I think everyone was like, okay, it's going to be the 90s. Let's come on to something new. But
It ran its course.
yeah, I mean, there's 3 more, but I'm not going to get
Right.
into numbers wise, but I just want to give you like the trend of, hey, up, 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 up. And
Yeah.
then 5, it took a
No.
little bit of a downward spiral.
Right.
I've heard other
Getting
people,
sucked
Johnny
into
C,
the tub. What?
that I've heard other people say that Dream Warriors, the third one, is actually their favorite too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Like it's like their ultimate
Three
all-time
and
favorite.
4, I think. It's either 5, 4, 3 or 4 or 5.
Which one was
3
Freddy's
is
dad?
good. 4 or 5 is good.
Dude, speaking of sexual, we just referenced it like 5 minutes ago. But no, speaking of sexual, there was like a big thing, like a big controversy thing, right? Was it the second movie of the Freddy series, Nightmare on Elm Street 2? where there's like this sexual like innuendo between Freddy and the dude that he's chasing.
Oh,
it was like a big
sure
thing.
That's part of it.
It was like it was kind of funny. I'm sure we'll review it when we get into that second movie, but
don't remember exactly right now.
Yeah.
It'll come back. But coming back,
I mean,
into
he is licking tongues at everybody in this movie.
Well, no, the thing of it is here he did it to the girls, but in the second one he's got like this dude that he's like targeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone was like, "What the hell?"
Well, he is Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy is ready for whatever. So she's got the stay awake pills. She's got a bath.
Is this the movie scene where she's trying to stay awake while watching The Evil Dead?
Yeah, she's trying to stay awake. Evil Dead's on the telly there. Yep.
Yeah, that's Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That's so
it
funny.
I didn't notice that earlier.
That's hilarious.
Awesome.
Right.
The little black and white TV.
Well, it's hard to tell in that little ass black
She's
and
like,
white.
man.
She's like, I'm so bored. I'm so tired. I'm watching Evil Dead.
She turns it off.
She even turns it off.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Something else. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Then there's Johnny Depp lurking around.
Climbing up.
Climbing scaring her, but then
About
he
to
does
get
it. But that's like Romeo
Pushed
and
out a
Juliet.
window.
I guess teenagers have been doing that since Romeo and Juliet or before, just climbing up on windows.
No, in the castle times where the guy climbs up the girl's hair, her braids.
Rapunzel,
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
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 Because they didn't have like scissors back then, so they just had to like keep their hair.
Back when people lived in trees, they did that
turrets,
too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here.
Tree houses.
So the last movie I think of this series is Nightmare on Elm Street. I guess they remade it in 2010.
Right.
Is that what happened?
That happened, yeah.
Was that any good?
Let's never speak of it.
I watched it.
Oh, really?
That was all right.
Speak of it. Well, I guess I'll be the tiebreaker. I haven't
It
seen
was
it, but when I do,
not nearly as good as this one. It tried to be more like gritty or real, not more as like dream fantastical.
I think what makes this one
I think
work.
that's what did it. Yeah.
This one makes it so fantastic. There's got these fantastical elements that everyone just kind of rolls with because it's in the dreamscape. It's so
Yeah.
in a sense it's kind of cerebral. It's in your headspace.
And the
as
way
much as the real world.
Freddy acts in this one, and then the other one, it's more like sinister and like creepy.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this one, Freddy's chopping off his fingers. He's got worms coming out of his guts when he stabs himself in the chest.
Yeah, this one's more like just gross.
This one's like more playful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playful,
you know what I mean?
gross.
And especially compared with with the serial killers you had before, with say Michael Myers, who was never spoke at all, and then Friday the 13th, Jason or Jason's mom, who only spoke to monologue.
Oh, right. Like he had like maybe, I don't know, 20 sentences in the whole movie through mom.
Right.
Let's see here. What else? Did I already read off the Rotten Tomato ranking?
Nope.
Okay, Rotten Tomatoes. So on the tomato meter, this comes in at 94%, which is
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
like for an 80s flick. I mean, this is like super duper.
Yeah. Bunch of old people, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was saying
I've
earlier,
heard
like I always liked Friday the 13th the most, and then this one, and then Halloween. But now I think I almost like this one a little more, just in terms of the first one in their series.
Okay, on the Rotten Tomatoes audience score, it came in at 83%, and this is the percentage of users who rated this movie 3.5 stars or higher.
Right.
So it's
decent.
It's done very well. Yeah,
Right.
it's withstood the test of time. Now I'm curious if the last one they made was in 2010.
That's when they stopped.
I think that's the last one. Are they gonna? Do you guys? I mean, I have no idea. I haven't heard any speculation or read anything about this, but are they ever gonna make another one, like another reboot or like number 12 or whatever it is? I mean,
No, I
who knows?
don't. I never heard
Who
about
knows,
anything about
right?
that.
Yeah.
I
It
guess
seems
whoever
like it's
owns-
about. It seems like it's about time for one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been a decade, I think.
Yeah.
So
They could bring it back. I don't see why not.
Well,
Isn't there a new? They're making Halloween.
that's what I'm saying. They're making
Yeah.
Halloweens.
Yeah.
Right.
They keep doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Over and
Yeah.
over and over. But Jason hasn't been around for a while either.
Right. I think after Jason X or In Space
That
or
was
whatever
a
the hell,
long time ago.
people were like, screw this. We're never doing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
The only thing that can kill Jason, bad box office.
well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe not surprisingly.
Dollars can kill
But yeah,
him. That's it. That's his weakness.
Yeah.
Halloween is the first one that kind of like helped start this like genre slasher flick type thing. and it's still the one that's going on now with the original character and like all this stuff. So it's the longest lasting, and it's the first one.
Yeah, smooth, long-lasting flavor. That's Halloween for you.
Funny.
But yeah, I think part of the reason is everything else is kind of a little bit derivative of that, so maybe it can't exactly be mined as much as you'd like to. On the other hand, I figure as soon as Wes Craven needs to buy a new swimming pool or put a new mortgage on his house or something, we'll see.
Buy another property.
Yeah, we'll see another Nightmare.
Re-release, redone, re-edited.
Oh, New Nightmare I like a lot.
Well, now when was that? That was number.
That was mid-90s. Yeah.
Or hold on.
That was
released in 1994. Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah, and
that's the last one of the 90s. I think.
I don't know if it was a numbered one. If it.
Well, it stops
might
at
skip or something like
that.
No.
It stops. Okay, so the last numbered one was 5, The Dream Child, 1989. Then comes Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, 1991. That's number 6.
Yeah.
And then number 7 would be Wes Craven's New Nightmare, 1994.
Yeah. But I like that one a lot because it just ties back to the world already being established to Freddy, and it's like the actress is like going back to like.
Dude, I don't even remember watching that damn movie.
Remaking like the movie. Yeah, I watched it like I don't know, maybe a couple years ago or something.
Right.
But I liked it because it was like a continuation for this slugs and stuff coming out of her.
Snail, this caterpillar thing just came out of this girl's mouth in the movie.
Body bag. Yeah.
We moved that back out of revenue back in a dreamland here, where Nancy's in a dream. And she's asked Glenn to watch over and wake her up, but he's failing at it because
he fell asleep.
Dude, cue the first jump scare. It's so funny because you get the jump scare here, and it's a continuous like rolling scene, right? That's not jump scare. Okay, wait 3 seconds, jump scare again.
Nope.
Wait another 5 seconds, jump scare again. You know what I mean? It's
jump scare, run to the house.
Right.
And then this
marshmallow.
Actually, apparently they made this with a mixture of.
I think this was oatmeal, where she's running up the steps trying to get away.
It's pancake mix, glue, and
it's wearing her friend's face
and mushroom soup.
Wow. Oh, he is wearing her friend's face.
Yeah, that's really nasty.
Dude, that's pays tribute to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. And and Halloween a little bit.
And she is rightly pissed at Glenn.
Dude, Johnny Depp is asleep. He's out.
He's asleep at the wheel, much like the last 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Anyway.
Dude, I remember those.
Now, same thing's about to happen to her.
She's got some serious like strength, man. She just kicked Freddy over off the bed.
Hysterical strength, you know what I mean?
Now he's got her by the throat or by the collar, yanking her up.
No help from Glenn there.
Yeah, Glenn is passed the F out.
And they're dreaming, so anything can happen.
Pillow fight. Yeah.
Yeah, this is funny, a little pillow fight.
Yeah, it's about to be bad. It's gonna be
Dude, she's tough, right? At this point, I was like, okay, this girl's like for real.
Alarm clock saves her ass.
Mm-hmm. Better than Glenn.
Yeah. It's like a recurring theme, though. I think she gets let down a lot by
everyone that she knows,
around
her. Every single person that she knows.
So she has to fall back on her own resources, which is part of what makes her such an. And she'd like choose them out too. One thing.
You had one thing to do in your miserable life, you horrible person.
Yeah, she's got a temper on her, doesn't she?
I mean, shit. If you almost died in your dream too, I guess.
She's got intense eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, she got some crazy intense blue eyes. Is that like color corrected for the Blu-ray, or is it just always that?
No, dude, her eyes are like radiant blue. Right. I mean, it's not even Blu-ray. This is streaming.
Right. It's like scary blue, those eyes.
Like serious blue.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. I mean.
Yeah. And then she like plays it off really calm with her mom.
Yeah, which is weird.
Her mom is like wasted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But yeah, that's why I like New Nightmare a lot, is because it's directly tied to the first one. And
right.
That's like recreating number 7.
Right. Yeah.
It's so
and it's
funny.
The same actress, and it's like bringing it back. And
it's funny how Wes Craven.
It's almost like a remake of this one a little bit.
All right. So they're back in the
not really, but.
And now she needs to talk to Rod.
Oh, the kid that's in jail for killing her friend.
Yeah. Right.
That's where she was going in her dream a little earlier, and she saw that he was coming for him.
Right. And then this happens, which is happening like in the dream or the real world. It's a little bit unclear, but
I guess it could be both,
He's
right?
dreaming.
Because
Well,
he's
they
dreaming
established that he can cross over.
he can go back and
Yeah,
forth.
his physical form, no, but he can affect the world outside.
Right.
Well, she pulls him into the physical world.
Yeah,
Or
I
she
think
tries
he
to.
needs. I think he needs a vessel to be able to brought back out.
Right. And then.
But
She's talking to
he's
her
just
dad.
like interacting with the people around them, like dreams.
Yeah. That's pretty much like the source of his power, it appears. Like in
Well, no,
dreams.
he is affecting the real world actually out here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
he can.
not.
He
It's
can
not the
kill.
dream. It's not them like flipping out like thing. Like
Right. But he does do that because the injuries inflicts in dreams.
yeah, it was the first thing they showed. It came out. Yeah,
So maybe he's like dreaming. Maybe he's forcing Nick to kill himself in his dream or something,
yeah.
and that's causing it to manifest itself in the real world.
Wait a second.
This guy's like, wait a second. I feel something about to choke me to death. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
And he kills him pretty quick too. He like
Yeah.
snaps his neck or something.
Yeah. It's always about revenge. Eh?
Dude, I find it funny that Wes Craven decided to put his name into the actual title for New Nightmare. I think it's literally called Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was possibly directed by other people for the previous film, like the
you
ones
see
before
the
that one.
snap.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay,
Nice.
and dude just ate it. This guy just got choked to death by a curtain
Yeah. Well, like a lot with a
or
lot
a
of
bed
these-
sheet.
A lot of the franchises, I think it does go off to other people for
Yeah,
the
it gets
sequels.
handed off.
So
for
he
the
literally
sequels.
was like, yep, you put my name in there.
Yeah,
They're like,
I'm taking
don't
it
worry.
back.
Don't worry,
Wes
guys, I'm back.
Craven's-
Yeah.
Wes Craven's Freddy Krueger, don't worry.
And then he does.
But yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
And then after he's done with Freddy Krueger, he goes on to Scream, which pretty much like is meant to like lampshade all the horror conventions.
Oh yeah, he did do Scream, and then that just started its
That's the
other old thing.
It became a parody of itself as
Yeah,
well.
pretty much.
Yep. And right to the funeral. So this is like, is this the first funeral we get in slasher films?
Yeah, her other friend didn't get a funeral. What up with
Yeah.
that?
What up?
Wait,
with
the
that?
girl that got
Her friend,
yeah, they're giving the funeral to the bad guy, the guy that
guy
killed,
her.
not her.
Yeah.
That guy looks like an old Michael Madsen, not the preacher, but the dude that was sitting down. That guy right
Yeah.
there on the left.
He looks like Vince
Sure.
Vaughn.
Look, you can see like the gears turning in her head right there.
What?
She's not happy about the situation. You can like tell just by looking at her.
No yawning, Johnny C.
Hey.
Dude, did I introduce myself? Did I say this was John Daniels? And then
Yeah.
did it? Oh,
Man, apparently you're not drinking enough.
I know. Let me get some more. Let me go refill. 1 second.
And then, but this is neat. So like she's already figured it out. Like 2 murders in, and she's like already started to figure things out.
Yeah, well, even earlier in the movie, she was like, "Wait, what did that guy look like? A claw hand, a
Yeah.
hat,
Yeah.
black or the striped shirt." It's
Yeah.
like she's been putting it together.
Yeah.
You had a bad dream too.
Look at the parents' freak out reaction when she describes him.
Yeah, they're like they know exactly who that fucker
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. But that's neat. It's just like unlike every other protagonist we've gotten so far. It's like she actually has a decent head on her shoulders.
yeah. And this one too, like for a slasher flick, like they're not completely incompetent. They're just kind of like messing around with their dreams.
Right.
So it's not like there's not much they can do.
Got the Volvo wagon there, very safe.
Is it?
Volvo's supposed to be very safe. Yeah, that's the reputation. So they're at the Katja Institute for Sleep Disorders.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Send
I
her
like
to the
it.
sleep clinic.
Again, like unlike every other slasher film, they're like, "Oh, we got a problem here. Let's try to
Let's
solve it."
actually try to do something about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a
So that's
regular manner. This is
Yeah.
what you would have done.
Right. Their only downfall is that it's so entirely supernatural.
Yeah,
Is that they're really out of their bounds.
this
here.
guy's he can't handle it.
Right. But like every other movie, where it's like, oh, someone's stalking us, let's just panic and run around.
Dude, this scene reminds me of where they got her all strapped up to the sleep machine or whatever. Don't they put Reagan in The Exorcist? Don't they put her in this thing? In something similar? One
They
of those
ever,
scenes?
they ever do a CT scan, which is kind of similar. Yeah, they inject her with like radioactive dye, then have the X-ray machine going over her head.
Dude, I'm surprised The Exorcist, that came, was it the 80s too?
No, it's mid-70s.
I'm surprised they didn't have like a whole series. I mean, now it's like exorcism of everyone else that
Well,
everyone
No,
and their
there
mother.
was like
There's
The
like
Exorcism.
3.
There is 2 and 3, I think,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, there
it
were-
was not nearly as successful as the first Exorcist.
Yeah,
Right. No, I think that's the thing. Is like
it kind of stopped in like 3.
some of these movies, the premise can only take you so far. Then it's time to make another movie. On the other hand, some of these movies where you got the Freddy's just so enjoyable to watch that you can just keep building movies.
Yeah, the
him.
premise is simple enough where you can just like kind of keep going with it.
Right. But like, yeah, with like The Exorcist though, that was like that had a pretty clear cut ending, more or less.
Dude, I do want to say about The Exorcist, I want to say that although this one has nothing to do with the original one, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, that was a good flick.
I heard that's good.
That was a freaky film, man. And I forget the actress's name. God, she plays Dexter's sister. Actually, you know what? I owe this to her. Let me look her up real quick.
Stop and cheating.
Yeah, I got to stop and cheat here, guys. Sorry, this is not on my notepad. Just one second here.
But meanwhile, they're monitoring Nancy's sleep activity, and you're smoking indoors in a lab, which you can't do anymore. But it was perfectly fine back then.
Yeah. In the sleep lab, I'm smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, so the person I'm talking about, Exorcism of Emily Rose, starring Jennifer Carpenter. Really cool, freaky ass exorcist flick. Again, nothing to do with the originals, but just the title, obviously. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So yeah, she's actually really cool. I love her in the movie. She's also done Quarantine, which is another freaky ass film. It's kind of like her. She's following some firefighters, and it's like a building that becomes overtaken by this like some virus or something. Have you guys seen that?
Where is that?
Quarantine.
It's on Netflix.
I actually haven't seen it now.
Yeah, good flick. Came out in 2008, I think, with her. Again, definitely worth checking out.
Alrighty.
And this guy's like, I don't understand my equipment.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, things are going crazy here, right here.
But you can clearly see that she's not all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things like it's going off the charts now. Her little dream pattern recording, whatever it is.
So try to wake her up, just to save her.
And it's also
and apparently that nurse is Wes Craven's ex-wife now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
The nurses?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, Wes Craven.
But look, the one of the times they didn't show what was happening, and because she was just reacting to it.
Right, but then she comes up with the slashed arms.
Dude, not only that, she becomes rogue with the one gray hair strand.
The hair strand.
It's apparently that's stressful. That it just turned her hair white.
Yeah, or you get scared so bad.
Oh yeah, she pulled out the hat, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, but yeah, again, like they didn't show
They didn't show
that
you what
part,
happened.
and that's like one of the first times that they don't show
Right.
Freddy like tormenting the victims. Like if something like that's happening,
Right.
You only see it from the other perspective.
Right. Which actually kind of makes it neat. It's kind of like also kind of like Tina's murder, right? Because you don't really see what's happening, and then she gets slashed up like in front of your eyes. A little bit like that. That's just an emphasis on how freaky it is, like to watch something from the outside when this weird thing is happening.
Hide the liquor bottle.
Don't ever hide the liquor bottle.
Dude, this mom is a complete drunk. It's hilarious.
Right.
But she's like, "That's my cup."
She's like, "God damn it, that's full of vodka."
I have a theory on that actually.
Or Bailey's.
What?
Is that later on when she talks to her daughter about what happened to Freddy?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm thinking she's actually it's just drinking because she's got PTSD.
From burning him up?
Yeah, from burning him alive.
Yeah, and also, was that before people started dying? Or
No.
after?
So get this. So this happened like, I don't know how many years ago, but they burned up Fred Krueger.
Right.
But the mom in the dialogue, she's explaining it to her daughter, Nancy, like, yes, us parents went and burned him alive or whatever. Mm-hmm. So how many years ago was this? It must have been before the daughter was able to know what was going on or even heard about him.
Right.
So, but the mom...
So the implication is she was not an only child.
Oh.
But they don't ever explicitly state that. But it's kind of implied if it's like us parents.
Yeah, that's what she says. I'll point it out.
Yeah. Also, actually,
yeah, they say it in the deleted scene. Actually, in one of the deleted scenes, they specifically say that they had all the victims that are dying.
One
now
of them was
had younger siblings that he already killed beforehand.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
It feels like this,
but it was like a deleted extended scene or something.
They should have
like
left that in the movie.
Yeah, that would have made.
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And also, well, they say it's like it would have. It might have affected the sequels a little more. Like,
dude, she just slapped her daughter.
Yeah.
It gives her
Child Protective Services.
It gives her character more motivation, but it might have like stopped it being a universal. Like, oh, Right. It's just not just these kids. It's like all the kids, like from back.
Yeah, all
then.
kids everywhere.
Yeah, like all kids. There should be scared of Freddy Krueger.
Right.
So Wes Craven. Hills Have Eyes, 1977. I haven't seen that one. I did see the more recent one, the 2000s one. I think it came out in 2008 or 2006.
Screw Sleep.
Breaks the bottle. Yeah.
Have you guys seen either?
Which one?
Hills Have Eyes?
I think I saw the new remake one.
Javier?
I don't remember it very well.
That's negative.
It's okay. I think
something I need to catch up on.
It's definitely creepy.
It's freaky. Yeah. Dude, it's even got like a very vulgar scene, like a sexual assault scene where like the mutants, or whatever the hell, the deformed like things, whatever it's under there, they like target this family and they get the girl, and it's pretty bad, man. It's a pretty violent film. But yeah, definitely worth checking out, especially since it pays tribute back to Wes Craven.
Right. Also, here we go. Possibly the So here she gets some really good advice from Johnny Depp, surprisingly.
Okay, they're on the little bridge. They're about to eat their fast food, and what he's telling her to do.
He's telling her about the Balinese method of dreaming, where it's going to come in handy later on in the movie.
Dude, Johnny Depp's so young, so funny.
It's ridiculous, yeah. And then, what if they meet a monster in their dreams? Turn your back on the monster.
Oh.
And that's going to come in handy later. But what's really funny is the next part. This is one of my favorite bits right here. It's like, so he asks her what she's reading.
Yeah.
Improvised and personal devices. So she's completely badass. Everyone else, like everyone else we meet in every horror movie we've seen so far, is like, oh, run, monster, scream,
coffee, don't go to sleep. She's like, I gotta kill this fucker, man.
She's like, I'm gonna make a trap for this son of a bitch.
Dude, it's funny.
So she was like, seriously, the baddest ass protagonist in all these horror movies.
Yeah.
Just for immediately, her first response is to start fighting back immediately.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic,
even before Arnie wouldn't do this until Predator in 1987.
Dude, she is a badass. She could be related to Arnie, honestly.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Johnny Depp, in recent news, he did a collaboration, a commercial for Dior, sponsoring this new Savage cologne. And it's like all over the news because, they're indicating, a lot of people are pointing or backlashing, stating, hey, this commercial is like cultural appropriation because they have like an Indian dancer and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Johnny Depp's involved in that right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure it'll blow over by, Tuesday next week. Who gives a shit, right? It's just whatever's trending on Twitter at the moment. Yeah,
it'll blow over by the time you hear this.
Yeah. By the time you guys hear this, it'll be like, what?
Yeah, that's so 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, seriously.
But anyway, here we're going back.
Also, I thought her mom has been drinking a lot more lately to like build up the courage to actually tell her daughter what's been really going on.
With the truth. Yeah.
Now she's totally sloshed.
Just go to the furnace here.
Yeah. Turn this up.
And this is the deleted extended scene where she gives more exposition of like there was other kids or you weren't our only child and.
Right. So apparently Freddy had racked up a ridiculous body count.
20 kids. 20 kids. That's a lot of kids, man.
How do you lose that many kids?
I don't know, but I'm surprised the parents didn't get to them sooner.
Live in Sunnyvale.
Oh, yeah. Where does this take place again?
Elm Street. They don't say, actually.
There's no state.
Elm Street.
Duh. I know that, but.
They don't actually say Elm Street anywhere in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I gotta order one of those little Nightmare on Elm Street, like, street signs. Just put it on my door.
Yeah. So she's talking about legalities, and then apparently there was a mistrial. Krueger walked out.
Lawyer the hell out of it and got
got out of then somehow. They formed a lynch mob. So she was actually like mother like daughter. It's like, oh, he walked free. No, he's not.
Yeah,
circle his ass.
They're like, go get him.
Yeah, crazy intensity she brings to that. Yeah.
Dude, I think the intensity is half by her eyes. Her eyes got these vibrant blue eyes.
Yeah.
And the other half is maybe he wasn't the person that did it, and that's why he keeps coming back to torment the kids to like take revenge.
No. They knew it was him.
I know. I'm saying it's like if it wasn't like there's any other way to see it.
Nah, just like mommy killed him.
Mommy.
They locked him in a building and set his ass on fire.
Yeah.
And then, this is the fucked up part. She kept a trophy.
Yeah, dude. She's the murderer. The mom is a psycho one.
That's why she's drinking so much. She's got PTSD from like killing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
She's
Yeah,
like, come and look at it in the basement.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
And that's
And that's also probably that's what's bringing him around too. Is like his old items, especially his old torture items. Like
right. He finally got enough whatever to come back. Ooh.
Yeah.
Fan alert, Grace Under Pressure poster on the wall back there.
Which one is that? I don't even know which one that is.
Directly above the bed is the poster is the cover of Rush's album Grace Under Pressure.
Oh, Rush.
Yeah.
Dude, they have one song that I like. It's like a 8-minute long song.
Mm-hmm. You mean one of the short ones then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez. Okay.
Anyway. Another weird literary reference, Prisoner of Zenda.
What is that?
Well, it was written by Anthony Hope in 1894, adapted for film in 1937 and 52, and started off a whole genre of like prisoner locked in a tower like genre of films.
Oh. What is this? Who mentions that? Johnny Depp?
He just said it to her.
Yeah.
He called her that.
Dude, these kids are too smart for their own good.
Right.
Yeah.
Until they get killed. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess they're paying attention in English class, I guess.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, yeah. Again, they had actual notepads back then.
Yeah.
Not iPads.
Distractions.
Like this. Paper, my notepad here. Pen
it's
and
kind
ink.
of funny.
I only use the finest goose quills.
Yeah.
And finest India ink. I had to get it from India. Imported from Bombay. I'm sorry.
Funny. Mumbai.
And like she immediately has a plan.
Dude, she's got like. Did she say she wants to grab a gun in her dream?
No, the guy.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, she's already got a plan. She knows that it
like
crosses
mother,
over.
like daughter, pretty
she knows
diabolical.
that the hat can come over, so
Yeah.
she's like, I can bring him out and then like booby trap him in real life.
and then you kick his ass, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, unlike I said, unlike every other protagonist we've had so far, she's got this crazy intensity. It's like Freddy just picked the wrong guy to fuck, the wrong person to fuck with.
Yeah, seriously, he picked the wrong girl.
Yeah.
Now, why is he picking on her? What's the deal? Because she's the daughter of one of the parents that killed him, that burned him alive.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And mom got the glove.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got the glove,
She's
dude.
got the
He
trophy.
probably comes back. He's like trying to get his glove or something.
now
you know?
she's
Like,
the trophy.
The other poster besides the Rush cover album is the hand. Is that like a body glove?
what is that hand imprint? The poster.
Who knows? But it fits thematically because Freddy's got the glove. There's the hand right there.
Oh yeah.
And there she is.
Dude, I love how
Popping those pills.
this movie, the transitions, they go from like super intense transition to real life, then to a slower scene. Even though it's all over the map, it's so seamless.
Right.
It just
It works.
clicks. It's so easy. It's good to follow.
Yeah.
And there are some scenes where you're questioning, okay, is this her dream or is this real life? And it lets you follow it through. I think it's very cool.
Right. And then his mom is actually kind of slightly out of it, like compared to like, actually kind of similar to Nancy's mom. They're both kind of out of it in their own ways, One's drinking, one's just like generically.
One's clumsy just by default.
Yeah.
Just in denial.
Yeah, that's what it seems to me. Especially when you deal with when you see later on her husband's a little bit overbearing.
Yeah, and it's like, we already killed this guy, we killed a child killer years ago, and now our other children are dying.
Yeah.
You think they'd be like way more
right,
listening to what their kids have to say.
Let's say 11:42 on the clock. He's just got to stay awake for 18 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It fucks up at that.
Couldn't even do it.
Yep. Yeah, Glenn is kind of a fuck up.
Dude, he's a lazy ass bastard, man.
I don't know
He's screwing over his girlfriend, literally, letting her almost die in her sleep.
I don't know when this is.
That's why he gets killed.
Dude, his kill scene is crazy.
Epic.
Yeah.
So going to that kill scene again, everyone, we assume you've seen this 9,000 times, but going back to the kill scene for
Over 9,000.
Over 9,000. Is it Glenn? Glenn,
Yeah.
right? The Johnny Depp Glenn. So in that kill scene, I think they actually Wes Craven, he didn't take, but he specifically.
She got a coffee pot hidden, like going
Yeah.
under her bed immediately.
Got the coffee.
She is a little
Ready to go.
badass.
Yeah.
No drugs, just coffee.
Yeah.
So that scene, if you guys can remember this, in Stanley, no, who did The Shining?
Stanley
Kubrick. In Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, there is a scene where this blood is gushing out from, I think, the elevator doors into this hallway. And I think that's where Wes Craven got the inspiration for that one scene, blood gushing out from this bed. I mean, just completely taking over most of the room, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now,
again, this movie has some like serious literary roots. It's smarter than you would think, and it's smarter than the sequels.
Yeah, dude, like all the references to all those like poems and shit, I have no goddamn clue. You know, I'm like clueless when it comes to that stuff. But you're right, it does really point out. I mean, he did his homework. Wes Craven did his homework with regard to literary references, film references. Dream references. Yeah, right. So it's kind of cool. It's cool, even though you don't know about it.
Right.
Just
it adds
the fact that it's there. Yeah. And the people that do know about it, like, holy shit, this thing is like beyond it. It's
actually constructed.
Right.
Yeah. That's the problem you get with the later movies are just like excuses for Fred to run around.
Yeah, it's more of a, okay, let me just go kill something.
Get the kills, them crazy kills going on, yeah.
Ooh, someone really needs to stitch that up or something. That's nasty. We're at 104 and she's like cleaning up her arm
bleeding?
wound.
She's bleeding out of that gauze?
Bleeding out of her gauze. She really needs to get that cleaned up, but nope. She's soldiering on ahead.
So at this point, she's already established, like, she has a plan of action. She knows how she's going to try and get Fred Krueger out of this dream. There's mom pulling the vodka.
Another bottle out.
No, not the vodka. Yeah, a bottle out of the towel cabinet or whatever the hell it is.
She's totally an alcoholic. Yeah.
She's chugging that bottle.
Dude, straight to the dome. I'm like, holy shit, lady.
Lift my glass in respect.
Not good. As a matter of fact, I need a refill.
I dedicate all my drinks to the mom in this movie.
Yeah. She's trying to call Glenn, who apparently has fallen asleep. Again, so like she would know better than to rely on him. She gets the parents.
Like 1?
They run interference. It's almost 12.
Oh.
Yeah, just this overbearing father type just disapproves.
Yeah.
He's been drinking, so he's tired of it.
Yeah.
And it's freaking late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Private important.
Nope. Straight shut down.
Look, they're just trying to go to bed.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah.
Phone's off the hook.
Yeah. But actually, you think about it.
Can't call Glenn.
This movie does deal with a lot of broken families because when Nancy's mom was flying up to Vegas with her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Or Tina's mom.
Yeah, Tina's mom.
Then you realize that actually Nancy has a broken family as well because her dad is not around.
Yeah, barely ever. I mean, he's doing the work, but...
No, but it actually comes up to a thing later. You'll see in a second. Also, this is great. Freddy being cheeky again. He's got the scratching.
Yeah.
And then she pulls the phone out, wraps it up.
Yeah, why would you do that?
She overreacts, and then she immediately calls herself on it. So, like I said, very self-possessed.
Okay, what's going on now?
So we're talking about like the theme of broken families also running through this because you realize that Tina's family, her mom was divorced because she ran off to Vegas with her new boyfriend, and that's when they killed Tina. And then you think about it, it's not made clear.
Wait, they established that already? Yeah. Tina's mom?
Yeah.
Okay, I must have been refilling my drink.
No, it's like the first scene.
Yeah, well, the police are talking in the background about like Tina or whatever.
Okay, so the phone's ringing after it's been ripped out of the wall.
Right.
Which is freaky. So now you don't know if this is a dream or not.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Again, it's so cool. It's so cool how they play with it.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, they got Freddy's tongue sticking out of the bottom of the phone there. It's so nasty.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of creepy and gross.
Also, to play with she said she was my boyfriend.
Dude, again, where is Glenn?
She's supposed to have been awake for like days at this point or something like that.
Yeah.
So her going in and out of between like dreaming and what she thinks is real and not is like easy. Yeah.
This is so hilarious.
Like, if you close your eyes for a second, you'll have like a 20-second dream.
She's trying to run out of the house. Mom, she somehow hires contractors to build to spec ironworks.
Right.
Ironworks to match or fit the windows and the door. So it's like all within one day. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Normally that project would probably take like a couple of weeks, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Glenn is totally out.
Okay, now we got Freddy taking Glenn into his own bed, into also like I guess Freddy's world.
Just sucked in.
Right. Yeah, everything's getting sucked in.
TV,
and this
record
is the
player,
scene.
everything, yeah. And she's
knows. Just like, yeah.
Okay, here's the reference to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and the blood just comes gushing out.
I mean, it's like gallons of blood. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, same effect with the upside down room.
Dude, totally cool. And then the mom just walks in.
Yeah.
She's watching her son's guts being like just
melt,
spit out into her roof or ceiling of the room.
Yeah, it's just like
it's even like awesome. It's even like going across.
It's floating across the ceiling.
Yeah, it's floating like as if like it's like part of a kind of like a water effect rippling across the ceiling.
Yeah. Need a mop. Yeah.
Turn it down.
That's like I said, everyone's like totally out of their depth here, except for Nancy, because she's the only one willing to face up to what she's dealing with.
You got to do a headphone check, Johnny C. Hold on.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. And so, yeah, poor Nancy's just sat there watching through the bars. Her dad waves at her. And this is where you realize her parents are actually divorced because the cop says, we didn't want to wake you and call you over here.
Johnny C.
But her dad wasn't at home, which means he has to be sleeping somewhere else. Her parents must be divorced.
Dude, this guy's guts are still bleeding through the goddamn
I would have thought
ceiling.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So yeah, I would have thought that he was just like out working or something.
No, but the way the cop phrased it made it sound like he was somewhere else.
Oh.
So like I said, product of a broken family, possibly because of
it, yeah.
Freddy Krueger thing. And here she is trying to get some help from her dad. And she's got a plan. She just needs some help carrying it through. And she's she's got a plan. Just no one listens.
Dude, she's a little badass, I swear to God.
Yeah. A little Terminator.
She's gonna take care of it.
Yeah, see, he's still thinking in like regular mundane terms, but she's actually in the dream world now.
Which is weird because you'd think he would catch on by now.
But he's a cop. This is like outside of his realm of experience.
But he knows who it is.
He knows, but he also assumes
he knows
the world's
dream related.
But
he's about to find out.
He's assumed the world's working on regular rules.
Yeah.
I think it's because she like figured out so quickly that it's like the difference between dream and reality and how they intersect.
Yeah.
That she's able to deal with it, and everyone else is kind of like, well, it's just a dream. It can't hurt you, but it really can in this movie. And so he's kind of pushing her off, and that's like I think ultimately, not great. Like I said, she keeps getting letting down by everybody in this movie.
Yeah, he was late, and he's right across the street.
Yeah,
meet me in 20 minutes. All right. Oh crap.
Also,
Dad, I'm dying.
When she says that, it's almost exactly 20 minutes before the movie ends, too.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of 20 minutes before the movie ends, Jay, Javier,
yeah, she builds this in like 10 minutes.
Totally becomes MacGyver, and now we're in the scene where she's like building all the booby traps.
So she didn't build all these in 10 minutes. She's just setting them up in 10 minutes.
She's setting them up. Yeah, I think she built them before when she was reading the book.
Yeah, right. She was reading the little mom book or whatever.
So she's been doing all week.
And her mother's passed out, so she's like, okay,
dude,
set everything up.
She turns into who's the guy? Brian from FX, the movie FX. Brian
Dennehy.
No, that's not. It's the English guy.
That's the actor's name, right? No, but right.
Brian something. Well, let me look it up real quick. Sorry, guys.
Look, Skyfall action.
I'm cheating twice.
Or Skyfall or Home Alone.
No, it's FX, the movie FX, which also came out in the 80s.
Right.
Hold on, I'm gonna cheat. Give me 1 second here.
This is also like, really
that's
dangerous right
as fuck.
She's propping up a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That could kill her if it landed on her head.
His name is Brian Brown, and he's the main character in that movie FX, where he's essentially he's this FX artist. He has all the gimmicks that she has right now,
right?
But like all in prop form. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, let me see when that came out.
87, right?
FX came out in 1986. Very close, Javier.
No cigar.
You need more drinking to remember that year.
I probably do. Yeah. Okay, drinks aside, everyone's like freaked out over here.
Yeah.
The coroner's puking, which is it's a bad sign.
You think the other girl would have been enough evidence?
Javier, random fact. What Ben-Hur minute thing, whatever, are we at right now?
We're looking at
right before she's getting ready to beat Freddy up.
Well, Ben-Hur is 224 minutes. We're an hour and 13 minutes in, so we're 73 minutes in. Anyway,
I have no idea what that is, but I just wanted to ask you. Okay.
All right, but the movie clocks in. A Nightmare on Elm Street clocks in at 0.41 her.
Okay, 0.41 her. Got it.
That's the entire movie, not just this one section.
Check.
How much her is left?
Oh, that's the whole movie? No. At what point are we in this movie? What's the Ben-Hur conversion?
All right, let's just find out.
Just curious.
A little bit of quick mathematician.
And while you're computing that, we're at the scene where she's talking to her mom. Mom's in bed, drunk as a skunk.
We're at 0.32 her right now.
0.32. Okay, got it.
Good old drunk sleeping.
Dude, she's got that monster 1.75 liter right there underneath her lampshade.
Yeah.
Right.
Good night, Mom.
Where it belongs.
Like, geez, Louise, lady.
Yeah.
If Fred doesn't kill you, liver cancer or liver...
Your liver will.
Yeah, her liver will, literally.
Her liver will jump out of her body and spit at her.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that the dad wasn't there. I guess he might. He's
somewhere
else.
Well, the dad is the cop. He's on the beat. He's on the prowl. Yeah, he's on the prowl.
He's just not home.
Not only that, it's not a traditional like a normal family. Aren't they like separated, the dad and the mom? Are they?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably divorced because
something. So, well, there's
a line of dialogue while you were out fetching a drink, but the cop says, "I didn't want to call you and wake you."
Yeah, it's something funky. It's something weird, and I thought he's like always on the beat, just always on the prowl, always on the move, or there's also some
he's living somewhere else.
Yeah, something, right?
Love the talking watch here,
dude.
Yeah,
what are those old school watches? The Casios or something?
It was a Timex, I believe.
Timex.
Yeah, it's neat.
But me.
Digital watches are a pretty neat idea.
Oh, guess what else came back? Digital watches. Yeah. They actually do talk to you now. They read your text messages off.
That's true. Look at the like crazy expression.
Dude, this looks like Reagan from The Exorcist. This one scene where they're zooming in on her face as she's about to fall asleep to catch Krueger.
My watch reads me now.
Yeah, seriously. It reads your like bionic metrics or whatever.
And I like how she's like automatically
kind of like Jack from The Shining, really. The way she looks.
Wait, who from The Shining?
Jack Torrance, you know, right? Jack Nicholson's character, right?
Oh, okay. Wait, his name is Jack in the movie as well?
I forget.
Oh, well, okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Torrance.
No, she's got that crazy look in her eyes.
Yeah.
Just kind of like mesmerized or focused or just completely
out
of your goddamn mind look.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, she does great stuff. Did they bring her back for the Johnny Walker?
One.
Yeah, she's in a couple more.
Has she been in any other notable? I'm surprised she's not like a superstar. You know what I mean? I mean, she could have been.
Right.
Just by the sheer success of this film, she could have been like a megastar at this point, but you never hear from her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read off her name again, Heather Langenkamp. Yeah. So. Anyway. Yeah. Too bad. It's too bad. I mean, or maybe she just similar to the actress in Friday the 13th. She didn't want the fame and fortune and just kind of went, down on the down low after the great success of that film.
Or just took other roles.
Yeah, something.
New Nightmare is way later. She's like older.
Yeah, that's 20 years later.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, but if you can go on if you ask anyone on the street, hey, do you guys know who Heather Langenkamp? Most people will be like, who the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, too bad.
Yeah. A little too bad, but. And then anyway,
and like her own basement becomes a boiler room.
Yeah, this is freaky, dude. So now we're in the scene where she's walking down into
becomes a whole other thing.
Right, like it's her own house, but she's going down into some realm of hell, basically, where it becomes this crazy ass boiler room.
Turns into Doom.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, that's another thing, like the transitions between you see her house, and then
she
boom,
went down, and then it became
you're basically like you're basically in Freddy's world now, which would be considered hell. Right. I mean, you're basically in hell
more or
now.
less.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. So, it's just so cool. It's a seamless transition. I think that also was a big part of how this film did so well back then.
Right. It's sort of they mastered the transition between here and the dream world, and it feels so effortless.
Right.
It kind of feels natural.
Yeah.
And so she's actually calling him out.
Yeah. Now she's calling him out.
Yeah.
I mean, this girl is a straight up
which is
badass.
a little bit of a
reckless, but also a badass.
Yeah.
Dude, she is like just totally Mad Maxing, Fred Krueger here. Like she's hunting him. or plotting at least. She's got an ace up her sleeve
Yeah.
when he comes to grab her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and like I said, she's unique, like compared to other protagonists that we've seen so far. Everyone else has just been kind of running away or trying to survive. She actually wants to catch some bitch.
Taking a stand.
Yeah.
And I think that's just really neat.
The last stand.
And then so we're tracking him through the boiler room here. Your classic atmospherics. You got the music. You got the steam.
Dude, this scene alone, where she's walking through these hot ass pipes, that alone would give me like chills. Just freak me out.
Some jitters there.
Yeah.
This is where he built his glove. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the crucifix. So he's been tricking trophies as well, apparently.
Oh yeah.
That's her girlfriend's crucifix, right?
Right. And here he is, sort of.
I love the laser effects, like the laser effects sound.
The little glove crawling away.
So I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently it was like based off in the opening to the song Dreamweaver.
Oh yeah.
Synth effect.
Nice.
We gotta track that down, see if it's.
Yeah, we'll track it down.
Yeah. And then the classic like 2-note ding 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 ding. Yep, there's her boyfriend's headphones.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp's headphones.
Yeah.
Johnny C, those might be newer than yours.
Never.
Hey. And then she's yelling at him.
Bastard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she is straight badass.
Yeah. And she's checking the time on her watch.
Now, here's the funny thing, right? Kruger has several chances to, like, cut her guts out.
Right.
I guess he's more of a tormentor.
Right.
In the, like, he's got more of that tormentor theme where he'll just haunt you to death. He won't necessarily put you out of your misery.
Yeah, he's a torturer.
Right.
That's why,
so,
I mean, look at his glove.
He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, right.
He just wants to cut you up.
Right. So he wants you to feel the pain before just executing your ass. So for her, he has a bunch of chances to get her.
Right.
I think he's always on that pursuit. Look, now she tackles him.
Yeah, she's
tackling him now in this scene, which is hilarious.
And then she wakes up. No thanks to her dad.
And the alarm clock goes off.
She thought she grabbed him, but she didn't.
Right.
Or did she?
Did she? Let's wait until the next scene.
And it's funny because like she's even talking to herself. It's like, I'm just nuts.
She's like, shit.
And it's like that's what she's thinking to herself. So it's like a real tense moment where she's just reflecting on what's happening here. And she thinks she's insane. And nope.
Oh damn.
Not quite.
Okay.
Immediately throws coffee at him.
Hot coffee right in there.
Dude, hot coffee on the head would suck.
And it's funny, like once he's in the real world, he is a lot less formidable.
Well, yeah, now he's in her
realm,
element.
Yeah.
She's got the booby-trapped sledgehammer all linked up to the door, which is cool.
And then she's yelling at this idiot cop.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, listen, you asshole.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Go back to bed, sweetie. It's like, no, funny. You idiot.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
You asshole.
It's that temper on her. It's funny. It's like that's also the thing that comes out. She like starts out like as a good girl, but she won't hesitate to like curse and yell when the situation calls for it.
Kind of funny.
And then she's just trying to call for help. Again, she's being let down by everybody around her.
Dude, Kruger just got a sledgehammer to the gut. I mean, right to the gut.
Hurts so much.
And he falls. Hey, let me ask you this: in Halloween, who falls down the steps? Does Michael Myers fall down the steps too, or that's Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
She falls down the steps. Okay.
And then now he's threatening her.
Now she hides behind the couch.
Tripwire,
flashbang, homemade explosive device, which is cool.
Right.
Shotgun shell.
And continues yelling for help.
Oh shit!
You think they take notice by
this
now?
Guy, he doesn't see him in the window there.
Broke 3 windows, came to 3 windows yelling for help.
Dude, speaking about shotgun shell, I think there's a Fox Paz in the scene where she's packing up the light bulb. Right. You see the cartridge of that whatever gauge shotty it was. You see the cartridge being empty, not the back side of the cartridge, not the gunpowder. Right. But the actual, where I guess a double buckshot would go.
Right.
So that shouldn't be open. It should be the back of it should be open in that scene where she's filling up that light bulb.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now we got Fred Krueger on fire, which You can just visibly tell this is like some guy wearing a massive suit.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
it's a standard stuntman thing.
Yeah, props. I mean,
it
props.
always works out.
Yeah, it's still cool. You can obviously tell this is like a dude wearing like 3 suits.
He's been burned before.
But
no mix.
Cool.
Also, like in Street Fighter, every time you set the guy on fire, whoever it is, it always turns into the same model.
Wait, hold on. In Street Fighter
2, you set someone on fire, it always turns into the same model no matter which character it is.
Oh, with Dalsum where he blows him up, he lights him on fire. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And even Blanca electrocutes. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now, there's a fire in the house, so everyone's actually finally panicking.
Yeah, the house is smoking, and now the cops are like, oh
yeah, they have to break it down. He doesn't have a key.
Let's get in here.
Yeah. Right? He didn't have a key to their house.
He didn't open it.
Yeah. So apparently he doesn't live there.
Yeah.
Even though he's their father. So, broken home.
I don't even really think I noticed that before.
What?
He couldn't get in.
What's that, Johnny? So you didn't notice what?
That he's not staying there with them.
Oh, it's like a fragmented thing, like relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the mom's a drunk, so I would hope that this dude is like smart enough to like.
And the mom is just getting attacked.
And
by
she immediately
Freddy.
hits him with a chair.
Dude, she's a badass. She breaks this chair over fiery Fred Krueger.
He's smart enough to throw a blanket on him, but it also leaves him an avenue for escape.
And then
now this is crazy.
Taken away.
The mom waves goodbye in her skeleton-like form into the depths of hell through the bed, which is awesome. It's hilarious.
She's like, okay, bye.
And she vanishes. It just disappears. The bed comes back to normal. So
and the bed's like fine.
Funny. So damn funny.
Dad's like, what the hell?
He doesn't know what to make of this.
Dad's like, okay, child support payment. Check.
Yeah.
So get the hell out of here.
Done with that one.
Everything's okay. Nope. And here the
dude, I'm like these two are taking it pretty well for their mom just being skeletonized and drawn into the depths of hell. They seem pretty cool. That's like the only kind of thing I would say. Like, maybe the dad is relieved. I mean, who knows?
Maybe they just haven't processed it yet.
It's they're probably still in shock.
They're like, what the fuck?
I mean, if you saw that, I mean, what the hell would you think?
Dying
like,
left and right.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even know.
Yeah, you'd be like,
what the fuck I just saw?
What, is this real? Am I dreaming? Am I nuts? Am I insane?
If only she had backup.
Yeah. Dude, her backup was Johnny Depp, who kept falling asleep.
Yep. That's the thing, yeah.
Little asshole.
She has to do it all on her own, pretty much, because no one helps. But then here's a great part. She's like, everything she learned about the Balinese dream. Oh,
okay.
Spandex is back.
And the spandex effect is back coming through the bed.
Glenn was saying to her.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And then he cuts his way through, I believe, right?
And at this point, she now knows, like, this is all a sham. She's like, I know you're there.
Right.
And she just doesn't care. She's not phased.
Yeah. Yeah. Having been in the dream world, she has a way how he works. Knowledge is power.
Dude, this guy plays a serious... What do they use for his voice? Is it like a voice box or just his own voice? I don't even think they had like voice box technology over there back then.
Maybe they did.
I mean, he sounds... Where's your bison effect, Javier? The bison going...
My bison?
Yeah.
M bison?
Not M bison for Street Fighter 2. There we go. Closer. In front of the mic. There you go. Yeah. That sounds just like Freddy.
So now she's like lucid dreaming where she can realize that you can control your dreams.
Yeah.
What the kid was saying.
Dude, have you ever been dreaming and you knew it was a dream?
Yeah.
That's freaky, right?
It's crazy.
Like, and I knew I was like, okay, I have to wake myself up.
That's the end of Freddy.
I know I had to do crazy more stuff.
Okay.
And then this whole part
Cut to the scene where everything is fine and dandy. She walks out of the house.
Yeah.
Everything is great. Everything is white. Everything is colorful. The mom is sober.
Yeah. So this is just her bad dream after the fact that everything happened.
So here's the funny thing. What's the dream? Is the dream this part or is the dream everything that happened since?
Right.
Who knows?
Well, they're referencing everything else, so this is the dream.
They reference like the previous parts of the movie?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. So then
well, that's what I think.
The mist doesn't help either. It makes it more ambiguous.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be more like
adds
a dream.
Dreamlike character to it.
And Freddy's a car.
They can't reference. They can't reference everything else because all her friends are alive. Everything else didn't happen yet.
But I mean,
in this scene,
right?
But it's based off of everything,
right?
Regular that was going on.
Well,
Okay, we got Freddy. The car top is Freddy's color scheme.
Red and green.
And he's like, I'll just go drive off the
And
cliff.
Johnny Depp is like,
What's going on?
I'm not rolling up the windows. I didn't close down the top or put down the top. Now she knows. She knows what's going on. The daughter knows. Nancy knows what's going on.
Right.
Yelling for her mom as the car drives itself. It's like a self-autonomous
Freddy car's taking him somewhere.
50s caddy, yeah.
Yeah.
And
she's like,
old Chevrolet, actually, I think.
And then you got the girls playing jump rope. 1,
The
2.
nursery
Freddy's
rhyme.
coming for you. 3, 4.
And he pulls her out.
Jump scare.
Jump scare.
So
Mom goes through the window.
Kids he
Yeah,
killed
through the
previously?
window.
Or the door, like little glass thing.
So those little kids doing the nursery rhyme, are those kids he killed earlier?
See, I don't know, man. That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, probably.
Then, John Saxon gets top billing here because he was the most, I guess, well-known name at the point when they made this movie.
Hey, on the credits, it says Thompson and Thompson for the mom and the daughter. I don't think they're related. Just happen to be the same name.
Yeah.
And now we're in the credit screen, everybody.
And we're in the credits here.
And they're playing some rock music here in the
Great
background.
Soundtrack. It's
Good
a
80s,
dream.
classic 80s.
It's so 80s,
outro
it hurts.
song.
It really is truly
Dreaming.
80s.
Amen.
Wait, does anyone know this song?
I'll tell you in the credits. We're coming up to it. I'm just like coming along.
Hey, this is like when you can, like, you already know the pace of the song, even though you've never heard it.
Nightmare.
So, okay, guys.
The
Has anyone?
The whole ending.
Hold on,
the
you're
whole
waiting
part.
for the thing here.
What?
He's waiting for credits.
Right.
Okay. Sam
Right,
Raimi's
so
going to appear here
that's the
somewhere,
1
and
minute.
I want to
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I want to know if Sam Raimi is. I swear to
Wait.
God, it has a production credit to it, not a special thanks. But
No, right here.
we're gonna find out here in 2 seconds.
1 minute 30.
Guys,
more or
audience,
less.
just bear with us here. I really want to find out and see what
special
Sam Raimi.
thanks to.
I want to see what he pops up.
Animals provided by
Animals.
What he's credited
What
for.
animals? Do they have any animals?
Animal consultants. I don't know. They had some animal consultants on there.
Well,
I don't know.
hopefully-
Oh, there was a lamb in the very first scene. There was a baby lamb like
Right.
chasing her.
Yeah. Special thanks to.
Special
Sean-
thanks to Sam Raimi. Got it.
Sh-
Sean
and-
Cunningham, Jack Shoulder.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, so
It's
special thanks.
Nightmare.
Okay, you're right, Javier. Good call on that one. But yeah, when I was watching this the first time, I saw it, and I'm like, what the did he have something to do with this? And I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I think he did actually. Didn't he help out with some of the production?
I don't think so. The only thing I could find really was that back and forth kind of jab, throwing shade at, hey, you tore the Jaws poster, so I'm going to tear this poster,
Yeah,
that
that's
poster.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind of funny. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. It's not-
And again, this is another
Nightmare.
very short. Okay, and then at the very end of the credits, they have the the old school
Oh, yeah.
logo,
Also, I'm surprised
New Line
you
Cinema, Nightmare on Elm Street.
didn't pick on this. Apparently, this saved New Line Cinema from bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. Apparently, the New Line Cinema was on the edge of folding. They got this movie out. It was enough of a success to continue New Line Cinema and make more movies.
Dude, talk about the nick of
Oh,
time.
sweet.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
about Saved by the Bell, man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So the reference is that New Line Cinema is the house that Freddy built
It is.
That's hilarious.
because of their success with this, enabled them to continue to do other things.
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Nightmare on Elm Street 3,
Heather
Just the 10 of Us, TV show.
Langenkamp was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
She was an extra in the Francis Ford
Yeah,
Coppola films, The Outsiders, and Rubble Fish, 1983,
right.
which were both filmed in Tulsa. I guess that's why she got the role, or why she
Her
easily got the
scenes
role.
were deleted before the final cut of the
Oh,
film.
never mind. Okay, so
Whoa.
Almost, but not quite good enough.
almost there. Then she went to go study at Stanford University,
All right.
and it looks like Wes Craven cast her as Nancy in this flick, 1984, Nightmare on Elm Street, which is kind of cool. Again, I'm really surprised that she hasn't been in like other stuff, like a lot of things.
Yeah, you think that would have set her up a little more.
She was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which was released in 1987.
Right. So yeah, they were popping out pretty regularly.
And then she was picked up on a television series, Just the 10 of Us, in 87.
Oh, she played Nancy Kerrigan.
Wait, in what movie?
Tanya and Nancy, The Inside Story.
She
Oh,
played
wow.
Nancy Kerrigan, really?
Yeah.
Holy
Okay.
shit, with, is that Robbie?
That was a recent movie. Yeah,
that the girl-
Margot Robbie.
No, that's a different Nancy Kerrigan movie. But
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That was a more recent one, yeah.
Right.
Margot Robbie.
Oh,
But this,
oh, oh.
I guess this
Why?
1994
Why?
one, she played Nancy Kerrigan in the 1994
Oh.
Tanya and Nancy, which is kind of funny.
Whoa.
That's
Right.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Huh.
The Demolitionist. Never Sleep Again. Yeah.
She was in. Okay, wait a second. She served. I'm reading here. She served as an executive producer and narrator for the documentary "Never Sleep Again: The Elm Street Legacy 2010." Has anyone? I never even caught wind of that.
Apparently we need to watch that and check it out.
Right.
I've seen it. I think
for the reading class, check out first of all the sequels, and then check out Never Sleep Again: The Elm Street Legacy
2010. Yeah, and Javier, your favorite movie, Star Trek Into Darkness 2013.
I don't know what gave you that idea. It's just
Truth or Dare. Kidding. Okay. Truth or Dare. That was like one more. Yeah, I remember that when that came out.
Yeah. I know those movies based on kids' games. It's like, what was that Ouija and one other one that was just like shitty movies based on like kiddie games.
Here's a cool fact that we're reading up here. She co-owns AFX Studio, company responsible for the special effects for films related to Dawn of the Dead 2014 and The Cabin in the Woods 2011. Hey, right. Cabin in the Woods, have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
Is that where Sigourney, again, I don't want to spoiler alert everything, but is that where Sigourney Weaver pops up?
I think so. Maybe
there's a crazy like horror movie. Like again, it's about kids going to a cabin, they get killed, blah blah blah. But Sigourney Weaver pops up at the very end, and she's like, "Hey assholes! Like, yeah. I'm here. I'm doing this." Is that the one?
It might be it. I don't remember.
It's hilarious. We'll be doing a podcast on that one too. But just I'm trying to piece together.
Do your homework. Watch Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, 2011. Especially if it's with Sigourney Weaver. It's a good little flick.
Right. Well, that's the Chris Hemsworth one.
I can't remember, dude. I can't remember.
That might be a different one.
Yeah, something else entirely. Maybe or not.
So yeah. So I'm sorry. I did state that she hasn't been in a lot of stuff, but pardon my ignorance. She's been in plenty. She co-owns an FX studio, and she's done a lot. She's really done. I guess what I meant by my previous comment is she was not in the spotlight like megastar, A-lister, celebrity type stuff. She's got her own things on the side, not necessarily in Hollywood's on.
Right. Not as well known as say like Charlize Theron or Sigourney Weaver.
Right. Even though she could have very well been.
Right. I think so. Just given the intensity of that performance, I think, given the proper roles, I think she could have broken out to be just more widely known.
All right. Now going to the guy who played Freddy.
I think
Yeah, everybody knows, right?
Typecast as Freddy Krueger, so that's steady work, but still,
Yeah, it's he was not only on he participated in its 7 sequels. Kind of funny.
Wow.
He's been also in other stuff, Criminal Minds, Bones, Hawaii Five-0.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the more recent Hawaii Five-0, I think, not the original,
with
right?
Rames,
yeah. And let's see.
Also voice work. Like a little bit like Mark Hamill then, because Mark Hamill kind of got stuck as Luke Skywalker, but then he went on to do great things in voice work.
Dude, I remember Mark Hamill from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Didn't he play? Wasn't he in like the final scene where?
Yeah.
What was it called? He was called Cockknocker or something.
Cockknocker, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Played by Mark Hamill.
We should try to do that movie, except we won't be able to because we'll just be laughing our ass off the whole time.
That's actually we'll be cracking up during that movie. Cool. So what'd you guys think? Rating of 1 to 10. Johnny C.
I'll give it. Are you doing half point? I'll give it 8.
We'll do half. We'll do half.
8.5.
Yeah.
A little more, just a little better than the other ones in terms of just like
other ones. You mean other
sequels
horror
movies,
or other horror? Okay.
Other horror.
Like when compared to Friday the 13th, or when compared to Halloween, or even Texas Chainsaw.
For me, I'm just kind of comparing the origins, like the first movies in the franchise that started it, and like how well that holds up with or without the other ones. And just in terms of movies that you can still watch nowadays, like Halloween, you can tell it's slow. Jason's a lot slower. This one has a pretty steady pace going on with it, and it's still, you can still watch it today. And everything's all good. Freddy, the glove, all of it, the story, the backstory.
It's a really weird. Now, like you had mentioned, it's based off
just
what Wes Craven read in the paper. It's like some kid actually died in his sleep.
That it's based off of a real thing that happened, and
true Hollywood
everybody dreams. So like, it's like such an easily relatable thing that anybody can attach themselves to.
So you said 8.5?
Yeah, I'll give it 8.5.
JVR, can you please give us your rating from 1 to 10?
I'm kind of inclined to agree there. I'm actually tempted to just give it a straight up 9, just because it's so well thought out, and it's so different from the slasher movies that came previously. It's the other previous slasher genres we've seen, Nightmare on Elm, Friday the 13th, or Halloween. At least with the first movie, you kind of get this idea that the killer could be just like a regular human, and then they kind of imply supernatural elements later. This one just starts off in the dreamscape and goes off from there. So it's very well thought out from the beginning of how it's going to be.
Right off the bat,
And so it's like kind of crazy from the beginning. And I really admire that in the form of the movie and the way it's thought out and how these things play out. It takes place. I actually enjoy it a lot more because so much of it is cerebral. So much of it takes place in Nancy's head, literally.
You can have a lot more fun with the shots and
it gives a lot of flexibility,
transitions,
and it gives there's a special effects tour de force. It's just hard to believe they made this before CGI.
Yeah,
managed to do all these things with practical effects and made it work, made it seem believable, not laughable. Even on a small budget, because $2 million was not like a huge budget back then, but they made it all work very well. So I'm tempted to give it just a 9 out of 10, just because for what it is, it knows what it is and does that the best it can. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
9. Johnny C, 8.5. Javier, I will have to agree with you. Definitely, I would give it. My rating would be 9 out of 10, simply because number one, it was a launch of this brand new series of, I wouldn't say every single sequel is successful, but the franchise in and of itself is successful, making millions over millions. And again, it's just a really cool creative idea. Now, I know that the origin for the idea, Johnny C, you had mentioned, was attributed to the story that was read regarding some people that a kid that actually died in his sleep, etc. But just super cool. And when it comes to the production budget, it was significantly higher. I referenced this earlier in the podcast, but it was $1.8 million, nearly $2 million, was significantly higher than some of its counterparts in the genre, right. Friday the 13th, Halloween, and it didn't make as much. But still, it's a long-standing series, successful franchise. Everybody, everyone and their mother knows Freddy Krueger, right?
Right.
You can see the budget too in this movie.
Oh yeah, you can totally see it. You can totally tell the difference.
I think they hit that sweet spot where they got more budget, but also not too much budget.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10.
Because something like, say, I don't know, like maybe Ishtar or Apocalypse Now just goes way over budget, and it's like, wow, well, okay, you spent a whole lot of money, but on what?
Or you could do Michael Bay, explosions. Let me spend millions of dollars on this explosion.
They spent all the money in blood.
Michael Bay, what did he do? All the Transformers, right, and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, no, back to this thing. So, like I said, definitely not just a cult classic. I think it's really pivotal. And it plays a role in society today. You go to a Halloween store, the first thing off the shelves is the Freddy Krueger costume. So, very cool flick. Definitely a must-see. I don't know about the sequels. I know we're going to get into the sequels later on in future podcasts, but I think this one definitely withstood the test of time, even with the limited effects they had during the filming back in 1984.
Right. Just for comparison, Apocalypse Now costs north of 10 times as much. And while it's a great movie, I'm not sure all that money ended up on the screen. Whereas with Nightmare on Elm Street, I feel like every single dollar they spent on the production budget ended up on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
Let's try to find a few more examples. I'm cheating here by just staring at my phone.
Hey, do you guys remember, real quick, what the hell happened in number 2? Does anyone know? Does he come back and haunt the same girl? Is it a brand new group of kids? I think it's a brand new group of kids.
It's a new group of kids.
Does he reference? Exactly. Is this first thing reference, or is it kind of like its own individual movie? Just a
Yeah, that's another thing. The only thing I don't like about this movie that much is the ending is so.
It's so open.
It just kind of like comes out of nowhere.
Well, you don't know if it's a dream or not.
Well, I can't did she? I'm assuming in my head.
Did he kill them? He killed them, obviously. He killed everybody.
I'm assuming in my head, and for the sequels, that the girl, she, overpowered him, through belief, and then she walked out, and then
beyond that final scene where he traps her in the car?
Yeah, well, I think she could still be dreaming, and then he's still around, but I think that she made it out, alive. That's her dream.
Well, I don't know how they bring her back in the third one either. I can't remember. I don't know if she's alive, if she's a grandma. I don't know if she's in a dream.
She's a psychologist in the third one.
Okay, so then she didn't die. So then Johnny C, to your point, she makes it out. She outsmarts Freddy, even though he's trying to. Basically,
she
it's
still
like
has bad dreams about him, but he's not killing her.
Right.
He's not in her sleep.
Yeah.
Because he just drove him away in a car. She didn't show him.
It's assumed. I mean, one would assume, but like you said, she outsmarted him, came out. They bring her back in the third one as a psychologist, and so yeah. So, like I said, I don't really know the sequels enough to speak on them. We are going to watch them here in the future, but
it's been a long time since I've seen a lot
it's been too long to really directly compare the sequels against this first one and whether it kept true to its origin, whether they made reference to this initial film, or they just kind of they're like their own individual movie apart from, in like an individual timeline, so to speak.
Right. Well, it's not as complex or confused as the Halloween chronology, where those movies are all over the place in terms of who.
Dude, I think
a lot easier to follow.
What relates to what?
I think Halloween kept true up until the fourth one. And then the fifth one.
I could have sworn there was like 2 reboots in there or something like that.
There's at least 2 reboots.
Okay, so Rob Zombie does have, and for Halloween, I know Rob Zombie does have his own rendition. He has 2 of them. That's his own reboot. Yeah, it's not a continuation of the previous ones. It's kind of like his own version of it. So, and I heard those are pretty gruesome. I haven't seen them. Those are the only 2 that I haven't seen out of that series.
Really?
Yeah, my buddy, let's call him Blackwell, one of my good friends. He actually gave me so much crap for not seeing like some of the older Halloweens. Yeah. That last Halloween season, I just went through, and one weekend I played Halloween 1 through 8. Nice. And I think I mentioned this before. 1 through 4, I was okay. This is awesome. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, I was like, why is Busta Rhymes karate kung fu fighting Michael Myers in a barn, and he like electrocutes his like nuts? One of the scenes, literally. He freaking takes electricity and shocks his nuts. And then Michael Myers goes like flying out the window. I'm like, what? What is going on? Why am I watching this?
Did I wander into a dream?
Yeah, it's like a bad nightmare. It was like a Freddy Krueger dream. I'm like, please tell me I'm dreaming this thing. I mean, like, so.
Yeah. Also, apparently, incidentally, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th more or less take place in the same universe.
Who says that?
There's a reference to somewhere, and like you said,
besides Jason for sex.
Well, no, they do cross paths in Jason versus Freddy.
Yeah. Right, and there's also
in 2010.
And you're talking about one of the movies where you can see Freddy's glove in
Evil Dead Part 2.
No, not in Evil Dead, but in one of the Friday the 13th movies.
No, Freddy's glove was inserted in the Sam Raimi movie Evil Dead Part 2.
All right.
That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, he puts it as a jab going back and forth between Wes Craven and him. Right. They have like this inside joke where like, hey, you're going to reference my movie, I'm going to reference your movie in more of a shade type context.
Back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
All right, I seem to recall.
No, but
somewhere they do take place.
There was a little connection there. Yeah,
they made a movie, Freddy vs. Jason.
Right. So there you go.
In 2010, for sure.
So but there's some early ties.
Like there. Before, you think there's really?
I think you said it earlier. I don't know.
We'll have to play it back. But yeah, something somewhere, somehow.
There's a hint somehow.
Yeah.
A clue.
Yeah. There's a good.
Besides the fact of
hint
Sean
that
Cunningham
in the shared universe.
Sean Cunningham being directly in the production credits.
Aside from the direct call out in the credits, screen, where I guess special thanks must have been inspirational something. I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with the actual making of the movie. More of like a idea kind of thing. Credit. Who knows?
Something.
Who knows?
Who knows? He may have gotten help to finance or something.
Or
he may have helped out production. You don't even know.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, any final words before we conclude?
Yeah, I love the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Just, I know, Dream Warriors is good. I know there's another one in there I like, and New Nightmare, and I guess where the other girl comes back. Is that the third one you said?
The third where she comes back as a psychologist. It's funny, she's probably out of her mind in this one, but she comes back as a psychologist in the third one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's enough in there. He's always stays interesting, playing with the dream reality. It's always fun in all the movies.
Right. There's a lot of fertile ground in there. That's a lot of fun. So, and like I said, it was a relative newcomer on the block because if you think about it, there had been 4 Friday the 13th movies and 3 Halloween films by the time this came out.
Yeah.
But they still found new ground to break in the slasher genre.
I mean, they still made their market share. I mean, they still created this new thing.
Right. So points for originality.
Yeah, definitely.
Original conceit. So
Definitely.
Respect.
And it already probably saturated market.
Yeah, at that point, it really. I mean, seriously. I mean, you'd have to come up with something great like this to.
Except for Chucky, whenever he comes around.
Dude, I swear, Chucky was 90s, wasn't it?
No, he's 80s. Yeah.
I believe Child's Play was 88, right?
Child's Play, okay, and that's right.
And so right after this.
So it came out as Child's Play, and then they actually renamed the damn franchise. I think a lot of people were pissed that they renamed it Chucky.
Yeah. Just easier to remember.
Well, I think a lot of people took offense to that, but
yeah, like I said, it's never as good as the original. The original was
we got
1988.
Hellraiser, Critters.
Well, Critters was that horror? was Critters was more?
It's like goofy horror.
It's goofy horror, right?
Horror.
Yeah.
Hellraiser was definitely cool up until I think the third one.
Yeah.
Or something. It took a sharp left after the third one, I think.
Or is it Phantasm?
Phantasm was great.
I think
the ball that kills you.
I think they have over 9 of the Hellraiser films. And
I bet
some of them are not even movie releases. Some of them are straight to DVD. What was DVD back then? Yeah, like straight
on
to
demand.
Yeah, like really bad.
Video.
Skip it.
Bad news.
It's kind of funny. It is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Jafar's Revenge. Aladdin 2. The straight to DVD Aladdin 2.
Jesus.
It's probably better than the straight to DVD Hellraiser movies.
Man.
Just marginally.
So bad.
Marginally better.
I was reading while we're on Hellraiser. I was reading one of the sequels. The guy Chatterbox. He's got like his mouth moves up and down really fast, like Joker's little toy in the original Batman.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, these assholes they were in such like a rush to get this thing out that in one of the Hellraiser sequels, the thing broke and they couldn't make his mouth chatter. So people were asking, like the fans were like, "Hey, this guy would chatter. Well, where is his chatter thing? What the hell? What's going on?" And the response was, "Oh, it broke on set and we couldn't use it." I'm like, you fucking assholes! You diminish the very quality that brings this guy out. Yeah, seriously, like you fucking jokers.
Lazy.
Like people were pissed, man.
No passion.
Dude, people were pissed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny.
If you had a low budget, you would have still made it work somehow.
Somehow. I mean, man.
Just like having move his teeth up and down and spit up the film or something.
Yeah.
Simple
something,
movie trick. Yeah.
Anything, right? Like, so I think we're going off on a tangent here. But
we're off in
the Hellraiser universe.
One of the greats, definitely Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
I
mean,
I forget which one we're gonna do next, but we did Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think that's still up in the air, guys. That's still a coin toss between.
Unholy Trinity, right there.
Yeah.
I honestly think we should do Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
My vote's for Psycho, but yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Evil Dead.
Well, everyone, those of you listening to us, you'll know soon enough.
Yeah. We'll tell you.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please dial in next week for another fun version of a Halloween-themed podcast.
Skull.
Yep. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.